All right. Well, Edge just left. I couldn't hear him. But yeah. So I named this chat specifically for those 45 ACP shooters because that's about as much in their life as they get to experience. Is the plus two? Well, technically it's usually a plus one base plate for them. So here's an AARP member right now.
Can you hear me?
Shut up.
Can you guys hear me?
Yeah,
Okay.
I can hear you.
Yo, can you hear me?
Can you hear me?
Moon,
Do I want to hear
can't
you?
hear you, Moon. Is that a pinky ring?
No. It's a ring finger
Can
ring.
y'all hear each other? Like, am I the only idiot that can't hear?
I guess so.
I can hear Moon.
I can hear all of you. I can hear
Seems
both
like we're
of
having
you.
some technical difficulties here.
I type in an internal.
Unmute your mixer. Can't hear me though.
Me and one.
Somebody on Gun Channels help me out real quick. Let me know who you can hear. Can y'all? Shit, I can't hear them. Yeah, I can't hear either one of you two. Let me try closing the window. Let me try closing the whole thing. Hold on. I'll be right back.
I had that problem before, and it was my mixer, and the lower right was muted. I couldn't figure it out for like 10 minutes.
Yeah. Shit, I'm just glad to taste shit again, dude. Fucking got sick as a dog Saturday, laid up for 18 hours.
Yeah, it sucks.
Yeah, I know. And then I didn't eat for I only ate like once that day. And then I got up and I didn't eat the rest of the fucking day till like fucking 8 o'clock in the morning the following day. And then I'm like, and everything tastes like shit.
Well, Edge, it doesn't matter what time of the day you eat your wife's ass, it's gonna taste like shit.
I don't eat my wife's ass. I lick it. I give it right. It's my business. But nah, man, the fucking beer tastes like shit. I was watching a game yesterday. Saw the boys get robbed.
I can't believe people want to cry about that because y'all robbed everyone last week. Shut the hell up. Shut the hell up.
But
A plus two base plate is more interesting than fucking the Cowboys.
anyway, I couldn't fucking remember my fourth beer. I'm like, this tastes like shit. It's very disappointing. Well, at least all the people that you would expect Romo to choke, he didn't. It wasn't his fault on this game. He didn't choke. He pulled that one out of his ass, in my opinion. But anyway, getting off sports.
Hey, so what's the biggest base plate you can find for a 45 ACP? I'm curious to know.
What do you mean, like the biggest plus?
Yeah, but don't like a standard plus, like two. I mean, don't give me one of them.
Nah, plus
What are
four.
like those blue or like the red ones that are like plus five?
Terran Tactical, they have
Yeah.
regular black ones for plus four.
Okay, so it'd be like plus 9 for 9mm.
I think I've seen 14 round ones for the for 45. But they look odd as shit sticking the fuck out. Nothing looks weirder than a big ass candy bar sticking out on 1911.
Nothing looks weirder than a single stack magazine or any magazine that only holds 8 rounds.
Well,
That looks fucking weird.
know how to shoot. Well, get the job done.
Real talk.
But
Yeah, no, like I've never liked those. I've never liked those like Terran Tactical plus extensions. The only one that actually looks halfway decent is the Glock one which is more than like it's like a plus what 13, 14.
the
Hey,
Glock,
Chris.
The Glock ones don't look odd in the gun for whatever reason. I don't know if it's the symmetry of the design.
And believe it or not, like like the symmetry is actually even worse. The contour of it is worse than a Terran Tactical. At least a Terran Tactical is like somewhat smooth, but it looks super dumb when it's like blue and red. It looks more like a toy.
That's what I'm saying. But on a Glock, it doesn't. The extendos don't really stick that far out. They don't look odd. They look like they just make it look kind of even cooler.
I'm not talking about like a Glock brand extendos. I'm talking about like that. I don't even know who makes that. I'm guessing Chris makes it themselves for the Chris Vector joint.
Yeah, Magpul.
Magpul makes it too?
They make them for the Chris.
Oh, really? So that's their kit. I didn't know it was their kit.
And they're plus 17, right?
I don't know what they are, but I know that Magpul makes that extension that sticks out off their mags.
Yeah, but they're not the one who's packing it together and calling it the kit, right?
Or off the block.
Okay.
I don't know. I've never bought one. I've never been able to buy one yet, so I don't know where you buy them.
Yeah, I was about to say like 50, $60 for something for a Magpul extendo extension. That's more than a fucking stock by them.
Well, just the kit, just the extension part is like 30. I've looked them up before. Well,
Is that with the spring or without the spring?
I think it comes with the spring.
Is that someplace like where you can buy them there in stock, or is that just theoretically what they would cost if you could buy them?
Yeah, it might be out of stock, like constantly.
How many rounds does FNX 45 tactical hold? Let's
15.
15. Wow, 15. That's good. I was gonna say because the largest.
Good. That's fucking standard. What do you? I can't believe. I hate when people size the 45 when it just barely reaches the bare minimum of standardness. It's like, oh, that's great. But
that's bullet, man.
Standard. That's twice as much as a 1911 plus.
Yeah, standard for Glock is what? It's 15, give or take.
If you're talking about 9mm, you can't compare.
But a Glock 21 only holds what, 13?
Subpar.
Only? How much does Smith & Wesson hold?
Well, no. I think that's good, but that's
It is good.
No, I mean the only other gun I knew that was larger than that before the FNX came out was Para Ordnance P14.
FNX is bigger though, isn't it?
Status available.
It's about the same size as the Glock. It's not really that much bigger.
There's a pretty good grip on it, but I mean that's the thing with 45. It's just a big. It's like this. It's like
Damn, maybe you got one of these.
Yeah.
Like the M&P. The M&P. It's a great gun for most people. Most reports. The 45, but it only holds what? How many? 10?
No, the M&P I think is like 12.
No, the M&P is 10, unless you have that stupid ass mag, and then it holds
Really?
13 or 14. Yeah,
Well,
That's only
it's
10.
ridiculous. That's the reason I sold it.
Great. I mean, it's good. I've shot them before, and I was like, wow, this is a nice pistol. I was like, wow, it shoots really well. And but it like again, that was just people can.
Half of the reason is Obama.
The ergonomics is what people blame it on. That they're trying to keep the profile slim or whatever.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to order one of these. Check it out, $35.99. Usually they're out of stock when I'm looking.
so I pulled an Edge today and got some free shit sent to me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What'd you get?
I got a cool new Uzi money clip. I got another AR-15 pen, and I actually asked them to send me some stockings for my girl, so she can rock the stockings that have like an AR-15 like printed on it, and fucking it looks like a SIG.
Going down the front, or how is
It's
this?
going like on like the inside of her thighs, like all the way down. Like one has like a garter that holds up like I think it's a SIG from what it looks like in the picture, and the other one has like an AR-15 with a rail with an ACOG going all the way down it.
Can you
I've
post
seen stuff like that.
remodeling them?
No, well, I mean, like I ordered like a dozen of these things and sent them out as Christmas gifts to people, and he was like, and then he saw that I put the Instagram video up. He's like, bro, I know you ordered a rack for me. He was like, or are you still at the same address that you ordered from? I was like, bro, it's only been a month. Of course I'm still at this address. He's like, I was like, yeah. He was like,
It's been a month. Like, hell no, I've lived in like 3 different places since then.
Yeah, I've already gotten 2 new passports, but no. So I was like, yeah, I still live there. He's like, I'm gonna send you some free shit. And I was honestly hoping it was stuff that I could give away. And the only thing that I actually asked for was for the stockings, because she said she wanted a pair. But the Uzi clip is too cool to give away, and the pen is kind of too cheap to give away.
Yeah, that Uzi one's pretty cool.
Yeah, it's super big too. So if you have like a fat wad of cash, like it actually clips better. I'm probably gonna end up using that one the most.
Nice.
So I
Those
like.
money clips aren't big enough to hold my fat wads of cash. Sorry.
Dogs, have you not seen my video? Are you carrying more than $3,500? Like more than $4,000?
10 grand at a time. Stacks.
Okay. Well, that's why you need 2 money clips. That's why I have 2 stacks. I got my AR stack, which I keep 20s and lower because it's 223, and my AK, which is 50s and bigger.
You should keep $223 in one of them.
No, I got all them big ass food stamps, man. Yeah, I gotta divide those up.
Nah, because fucking George Zimmerman bought me one of them fucking midget wallets for fucking Christmas. So I'm using that, and I didn't have nowhere to put my cash. So it worked. It worked.
Midget? That's disgusting.
I had a
Midget ass leather.
I had a coworker give me a Expedition wallet, and I've seen them before. I just never thought about using one because a lot of times I'm kind of around places where it looks out of place, using like a frickin' we call it a
wallet like a map.
No, yeah, there you go. No, one with Velcro and whatnot. Because I remember the old days in the '80s where everybody had Velcro wallets. You remember that?
Who that? You're buying what kind of wallet with Velcro on it?
It's a Maxpedition wallet.
Can't imagine they even make them with Velcro anymore.
Well, I don't know. I don't know.
Why don't you fucking keep looking at Maxpedition? Why don't you look at Spec Ops? They're in Texas, and their wallets are freaking bulletproof.
Given to me.
Oh.
But either way, it was nice, man. I've been using it for about 2 weeks now. And
Once I went poor, I don't need to carry money around anymore, so I don't carry a wallet.
I hardly ever need cash, man, ever. I maybe have like $20 at a time unless I get paid by a client.
I actually really wanted to get like.
What happened? Did he cut out, or what the hell?
He cut out.
Was it me? Oh, I was gonna say like I was thinking about getting like an SOE wallet, but I hate the trifold. Can't deal with the trifold because I already got too much shit in there already. So, and this little baby midget wallet fucking sucks because I always forget that I always panic that I don't have it on me because it's so fucking small.
I roll with the George Costanza wallet.
Yeah. I have a friend of mine, a company I used to work with, and he always carries a little cheeseburger in his fucking pocket. Wallet. It's fucking ripping at the seams. Like, he got every piece of documentation he can need for whatever situation.
It's pretty big, but I don't really have that much stuff in it, I don't think. A few credit cards.
Sitting on like a slope.
I got some cards, ID, and whatnot, but a couple knickknacks. But no, I mean, I hardly carry that much cash unless I get paid by a client in cash.
I like the episode where he tries to fit one more receipt in his wallet and it just explodes all over the place. It's great. Good stuff.
All right, so I got a question. It's gonna be stupid. You guys, oh shit, what the fuck is that? All right, you guys see all these fucking things all over fucking Instagram?
Yeah.
You
all
fell
right,
for the
so
hype.
no, I actually got this like as a gift. It's Kershaw too.
That's
so
different than the stuff they show on Instagram, though. That's
Okay.
legit. That's a seatbelt cutter. That actually has a use.
Well, I was using it as a letter opener for the last like 3 weeks. So I know this is like a flathead screwdriver. I figured that was a seatbelt cutter / whatever. I'm using it as a letter opener. That's the bottle opener.
You've already
Why the
ruined it.
fuck would I want jimping here? It's super hard to like grab or hold and stab somebody.
You want the jimping on top so that when you're cutting a seatbelt, it doesn't come out of your hands.
Okay.
Or like the pants off of somebody, or like the jacket, or like through their gear. So you've already ruined it. You really don't want to ever use that thing ever if you're going to use it for an emergency, because you don't want to be like find
Yeah, 'cause
out
you can't
in the
sharpen
emergency. Well, no, you can totally sharpen it. It's just that, well, if you got a round thing to sharpen it with,
No, I don't. That's why.
just get a round thing, like for even you just borrow one from somebody who's got like a nice kitchen, because they'll have a round one for sharpening their knives.
Mm.
And anyway, just run it through there a few times to get it sharp again, but then don't use it, because yeah, the letters will dull it super quick. Anyway, you want it super sharp for a seatbelt or like a pair of pants or whatever, like somebody's belt.
So you know what that little square is right there for? I
Oxygen
can't tell
tank.
what the fuck that's for.
It's for an O2 tank, so like on a valve or whatever. So that thing's pretty legit. I like that thing.
Yeah, they come with they got at Walmart. They have a pack of like 2 Kershaw knives, and it comes with one of those too.
Well, you got me the Kershaw knife, and it came with a stupid like Kershaw dog tag. I threw that shit away.
Yeah.
I would take put 550 on there and then like stow it someplace cool in the car so that it's like always there. And then that way, if something happens, because you love water around where you at, you could driving over a bridge, something happens. I hear there's ice on bridges, right off the side, and now you're like, what am I gonna do? You got a big piece of red parachute cord on there. Find it, you're out of there.
I was talking to one knife maker. I got that last knife I bought from.
You mean
Yes.
Huck? Who supported you for years?
Yes, exactly. He was telling me that the jimping, it's of course it has its purpose, like you were saying, you'd be able to reinforce your grip or position sometimes. But a lot of knife manufacturers make it like they'll show like in their pictures it being real raw or real sharp and real rigid to get that glare, and like, oh, it's really awesome jimping, and all it does is tear the fuck out of your thumb. It has to be kind of functional.
I can tell you, tell me how my knife should be. Some people like it one way, some people like it the other. What if you were in a wet environment or a cold environment and you don't have the dexterity of your fingers? I'd want all that jimping, sharp and.
Man the fuck up.
Well, I'm just saying, there's no absolute, so.
Some people want the strong jimping so they can put their DNA on the crime scene.
I'm sure that some of it is just sloppy knife makers too that are like, I can't polish a good flat side, so instead I'll just jimp it up. No, I don't know. They keep going on and on about SIGs in the chat, as if SIGs are worthy of discussion.
Lamos. I guarantee you it's someone who listens to DJ Clue, probably. Fucking loser.
DJ Quirk.
Kika Pretty?
DJ Quirk and the SIG singers.
It would be Weird Al all day.
And the Pips. DJ Corp and the Pips.
Yeah, you know what else is wrong with SIG is their models have no rhyme or reason. They just fucking pull a number out of thin air and give it that gun that number, and then they give it like 700 variations, and they give it all the same model number.
No, I figured the way how they pick SIG numbers is they come up with all the models that failed before it, like all the test trials. So if it took them 230 tries, so if it took them 230 tries to get a good working gun, then okay, we'll call the SIG P230.
That makes sense.
I wouldn't mind getting a classic, like 228 West German, or is it, or fucking model.
I don't even know what the fuck that is.
But I don't have
German model.
I'm not drawn to them like, oh, that's the gun I want to own. Out of many guns I want to own, there's a couple in there. None that I'm ever going to trade like 3 or 4 guns to buy one, kind of deal.
Oh, I saw an SP 2022 on Slick Guns today for $349. That's the cheapest I ever seen. Night sights and everything.
Yeah, when I bought mine, the gun had just come out not too long, and that's when the guy sold me. I was there, and it was like it was Academy. It's $399, man. And I was like a SIG for $399 9mm. And I was like, shit, you know, write it up. And then the gun started taking off after that. But mine didn't come with night sights and the other stuff that was on it. But it's a good gun, man. I mean, I don't think you can go wrong with the gun for $400 at the $400 price mark. I think it's a great gun. But other than that, yeah.
Let me get a link.
Starting to notice people don't join unless they get a personal invitation.
I was just waiting to see if you'd stop stepping on my dick or not.
Oh, damn.
Probably your nuts since they hug the floor in your 45 ACP.
They do drag a little bit. How's everybody doing today?
Cold.
Good. I can taste beer now, so I'm good.
Feeling like I'm getting sick.
Well, 2 of those things are bad and 1 of those things are good.
You shouldn't have been kissing Edge. You know he was sick.
I know.
I was out, so I was in the biz on Saturday night.
Long distance makeout sessions.
So our cork was rocking it Saturday night.
I just put the same link in there. My bad. I know.
Rocking the mic.
Peltor Rap got here today.
Found
That's quick.
Found the rat in your apartment today?
Made in the motherfucking USA. And the fucking Jesus patch is huge. Maybe not huge, but it's pretty big. I don't think it'll
What's that
actually.
trend?
I don't think it'll be fitting on any of my bags. It'll just have to be on, and it definitely won't fit on a hat.
No, it seems like some people are making this thing so large so that when they take a picture of their patch panels, it's like standing out.
I could definitely see that. It's about like the circle itself is about the same size as the Green Beret Foundation patch, but with the rifle and the what do you call it, the speech cloud or whatever that he's got, it makes it a little bigger. Seems like a decent patch though.
Ah. Well, I'm getting some logo work redone tonight. Gonna be a gay guy dancing on a pole, being Edge for down to 6.
That's kind of gross. Like, not even kind of. That's disgusting.
Edge is like, well, there's not a lot of gay pole dancing gun channels, so I'm going to go after that market.
Exactly.
Edge's new patch is gonna be a picture of him sitting in a chair while Cork is giving him a lap dance.
Oh, no, that's what you think. But
I thought it.
We're gonna definitely bust into like 10,000 subs overnight.
Yeah. Bust into 10,000 something overnight.
An upside down bar stool that says, "Do you mind if I push yours in?"
Mm-hmm.
Help wanted at Chippendales.
Yes, hard bodies.
Edge is gonna work at Flappendales.
Talking about my manly physique.
You know what I keep saying that I want one of them new Hogue stocks.
That 700 Hunter that they put out today? No, that was the Magpul one.
Yeah,
Sorry.
that's the Magpul. No, just the. It looks like an MOE stock, but it's a Hogue.
An MOE. What? Link it or it doesn't
Mo
exist.
is Magpul.
Yeah, I know what a Mo stock is, but I just can't. I haven't seen the. The Hogue
stock
version of
part
it.
that goes by your shoulder.
Yeah.
Marco, did you see the video today from Magpul for the what is it, the Remington 700
It
Hunter
came up.
stock?
It came up. It says I'm not interested in the Remington 700. I didn't watch it.
Man, I mean it looks pretty sweet. I don't even own a Remington 700, but it looked like a pretty sweet stock.
I like that video that Eric did on the K31, that custom stock that they're doing. It's kind of a select for some people.
Like
That's-
you?
Yeah, pretty much. People that own K31s. But I would never. I'd have to. Like
Most of the
three.
people that own K31s live in Canada.
No, they're not.
They talk to Canadians
And
by choice.
but,
There, Marco.
that stock was pretty fucking sweet. On it, I was like, wow. Because I mean, if you own, you could at least own 3 of them. The one or two to mess, 1 or 2 to collect, and maybe 1 to cannibalize, and so do something like that with.
Let me see here. Ooh, it does. I don't like the tan two-tone, but the black and gray looks pretty tight.
I'm sure they got all black one too.
I don't know why their butt pad doesn't go all the way up. That just seems like a dumb portion of the design. You might as well just make the butt
The
pad all
top
one
part
piece.
usually is in my shoulder anyway, so that doesn't bother me.
I mean, it's not, but it just looks dumb that they didn't just make it all one piece. You know what I'm saying? And to me, now it's all about how much does it wiggle.
Hey, G-Webs, you got a go-to place for the name tape patches? You know what I'm kind of saying?
I live next to Air Force Base, so there's a place right out front of the entrance that makes them. It turns out they claim that a lot of other places send to them to do the sewing, so I don't know if that's true or not. I forget what they charge, but I got a bunch of them, so they couldn't charge that much, probably $5 a thing or something.
So is that a whole complete stock, or those are components you put on yours? In that picture for the Magpul or that Hogue stuff.
What's that? What's your question?
Is that a complete stock that they're selling from Hogue, or is that some kind of pads or something you fit on?
No, that's the whole stock.
Okay. Well, they're reasonably priced, hopefully. I mean, they work well. I like it. It'd be interesting to see the reviews on them.
I think you can buy them now. Just trying to look for a place that has them.
Yes, $60-$70 is great. It's all about how much it actually jiggles once you get it on there.
I was going to say, because Marco pointed out to me when I bought my first setup that the CTR stock has that extra lockdown on it for Magpul, which makes a difference to the people that complain about the wobble. I don't have a problem with the wobble on the basic stock, the MOE stock, but some people it makes a, they don't like it.
But let me ask you this now. But all right, so after the fact that you had it for a while, whatever, do you not regret spending an extra $20 to get that lock? Is that $20 that I told you to spend totally worth it?
If I could have done it in the package I got one of those set deals. It's all grouped together. Sure, I would have liked to have done it, but realistically, I've shot 200 yards at standing up, and I was able to hit not that large a target, a steel target, and I was hitting consistently. I was having a good day at the range that day, but I think if you choke up on it, you have it tighten your arm or tighten your shoulder rest there, it helps, and the other thing's going to help more.
Well, back when I bought my MOE stack, it was half the price as the CRT, and that's why I bought it. It was like 3 years ago. So if it was only $20 more, I would have spent the extra money.
Yeah, you could definitely get a better price. You know what I'm saying? Like especially like if you're getting like a package where you get the pistol grip and the Magpul handguards and like the MOE stock, which is what it usually comes with. I mean, like you can't beat that price, but you're not gonna get what you really want. You know what I'm saying? You're getting it for the price. You're not getting what you really want. You know what I'm saying?
Isn't there a company and you can get the all matching
So-
furniture like Cryptek or whatever you want for that Magpul? Like you get the stock, the foregrip, the pistol grip, and the
Magpul makes custom.
strength, the vertical foregrip.
Magpul makes custom kits that they had. I saw them over like the Christmas last year.
They're made like in the clamshell or whatever. Yeah, right. Like
Well, they
it's
come in a
one
blister
plastic pack.
They come in a blister pack, and
Yeah.
it's the basic MOE stock with the forends or the rail guards, whatever we'll call them, and it did come with that hand guard you're talking about for like $75. I saw them. And I love the Typhoon, that Typhoon blue one that they have, and the Cryptek. It's fucking awesome. And I saw some other new ones that they made, but I think it's cool.
My problem was I already had the AFG and I think MOE plus pistol grip, so there was kind of no point almost for me to try and get anything, or get the blister pack, I should say. Still want to get a different stock though.
I like the basic Magpul.
Oh, mine's a Smith & Wesson Tapco or whatever. Yeah, it jiggles like a... Anyway, it jiggles.
Yeah, I like the basic Magpul. What are they called? The handrails. And they've done well. They're not the tightest thing out there, but you know they're pretty good. And
I hate them.
I'm not gonna say they're the best. I'm not gonna sit there and brag about them all day and how everybody should have them, but because they don't lock up as tight as you'd think they would with the D-ring and everything. But they don't flop around or anything.
I'm loving that Utah's.
I'll tell you one thing. Play this.
carbine
The
rail
next time
so
you
far.
shoot them, I'll tell you this. The next time you go out there and shoot with a Magpul rail, get a bottle of water, pour water over your hand, and then like quickly pull up your gun to pull up for a sight, and you're gonna realize how slippery that shit is. And now imagine if your hand's covered in blood for whatever reason.
I got
Either you
the,
punch somebody in the face or you got a cut. Put a wet hand on that, like just have your rifle slung down in front of your chest and pick it up real quick, like as if like you're about to shoot somebody, and you're gonna realize how slippery that fucking handrail is.
I agree with you on that, but I have that AFG or whatever fucking 2 that I have on there.
So you relied upon your AFG in a preference in the situation where you need to use your firearm.
You can stipple that Mo handguard.
I say
Yeah, well, yeah.
the AFG is there no matter what. It's not like I can like snap it off and with a switch or anything. It's there no matter what. So I'm already trained to use it every time I pick up the rifle.
So Z, you can get your arm where you want it on that UTG.
Yep, all the way out front. I haven't figured out where I'm going to put my AFG on there yet, but yeah, it goes nice all the way out front.
Sweet.
I'm not gonna lie. I have this plan that I do want to get an AFG. I'm probably gonna put it on my pistol. Like once I actually get a rail for it, I got this plan or this idea that I haven't seen anybody do. So I'm not gonna say what it is, but I think it's a great fucking idea, and I can't believe more people aren't doing it, and especially on the pistol because you can get away with both on a pistol. So I got this little contraption idea that I'm gonna concoct.
What I learned about buying the little rails, the Picatinny rails, adding them to the MOE fucking grip panel covers or whatever, is that I was all excited. I'm gonna put it here, I'm gonna put it there, and then no, you can't because you can't grip the fucking rifle anymore. You can only put basically one on one side. You got to pick which one you're going to do it on to be able to keep your grip, reasonably have a reasonable grip on it. And I basically bought 2 of them, and I only am leaving one for a light. And I remember I did a video on the installation of it, MOE fucking Picatinny rail installation. And somebody's like, I don't even understand how you install those the rails, those freaking covers were not designed to be installed like that. And I was like, the hell you say? I'm like, it wasn't easy, but it works. Whatever.
So there I was in the Congo.
Oh, did you watch Hotel Rwanda 2 last night?
No, that's what do you call it? Isn't that like a Bud Light ad from like the 90s?
No.
It's like speed dating or something like that, and the guy's there. Like one guy goes, "Are you gonna eat that?" as he reaches across and like takes something off the chick's plate, and then it's another dude, and like he goes, there I was in the Congo. It's just, I mean, I don't know. Maybe I'll try and find that. It's hilarious. It's just a little out of context.
I still like the Bob Uecker Miller Lite commercials. I was a little more keen to those.
That's the handguard that came on my Stag, that diamond head. It was pretty cool because it's modular. You can add bumpers and rails and all that.
Dude,
Yeah.
I have that shit and I fucking hate it because, like, I'm not sure if it was that or if it was like the D ring that held it in, but like when you would actually shoot it, I could and like because I had a foregrip on the front, I could feel it kind of like slide back maybe like half a centimeter, so there was play in there, and I hated that.
Yeah, I never experienced that. People told me that it would get loose and stuff like that, but it hasn't. It's on there pretty good.
I told Girk I'd give him mine if he wanted it.
Is it the aluminum one or the one from the year before that was plastic?
The one from no, it's metal. It's metal, but it's not that black. It's more of like a light gray, like gunmetal color.
All right.
It's lighter than yours. I
The
told
one
Girk
that
I'd give it
came-
to him.
The one that came out with the year after this was the one with that finger grooves one.
No, it looks just like that, just a different finish.
It's decent, but I was thinking about that UTG to get it a little more rail.
G-Web's made a video a little while back about it's like an extension rail that goes out in front of the gas block in the site, and I think it just, I'm trying to remember how it mounts on. If you didn't end up wanting to get the,
For an AR,
yeah,
I think Ergo sells those now.
yes, I believe you are correct.
You definitely have to switch out that gas block. It's one of them Picatinny gas blocks with the sling loop on the end of it.
Yep. Those are the worst because then after that, like you end up buying the sight for that, and so like like the Troy sights, like you have the regular one or you have the one that goes on that gas block.
Yeah.
So then you fuck around and buy a really good sight for it, and then you gotta spend another $100 bucks on another different front sight because you got the one for the gas block, not one that goes directly onto a rail. So.
Yep, that's exactly how I got screwed because I bought one that were the same height, the same plane, and I didn't get that one for the gas block. And then I wanted to buy that, but it's like another $105 or some shit. And I'm like,
Yeah, because it's a whole new site. It's not even like a little plate. I haven't even seen anyone who actually sells like a little spacer or a riser or just the plate. I've always seen it sold as a separate site itself. I'm glad that as a newbie, I never got caught in that, and I actually taught like 3 friends that bought ARs. Like, okay, you have to buy your rail first, and then your sights with your rail. You know what I'm saying? Because if you buy good sights now, you're probably gonna end up buying different sights later because you have that little gas block rail piece.
yeah, I've seen them. I've seen the risers on Amazon, but I never ordered one because I wasn't sure if it's the right height.
What brand you talking about?
I don't know what they were.
You probably looking at Utas. I know how you like that Utas.
They probably were.
Tell you
But,
what,
I mean,
man.
there was nobody else out there making them.
That
So-
one that I ended up getting wasn't as heavy as I thought it was going to be. Which I know that statement made no sense, but
I want to take the time out to say hello to B. Garrett with the wife beater.
I was raising my hand to talk. But hey, hold up. I heard somebody said they was gonna give Gert something for free. What y'all giving me?
Burpees.
probably a hard time, but
Break dance lessons.
But shit. Hey Marco, what you gonna give me, dog?
Grooming tips.
A fucking AR? You gonna give me an AR, bro? You give me one of them lures?
It was Diamond Head Rail.
I'm gonna get you.
What the
Yeah.
fuck is a diamond headed rail?
Show him, Moon.
Oh yeah. This
Let me see.
thing. Sorry, I can't get a better.
Hey, give me a link.
No.
Are you left?
Well, fuck me too, that motherfucker.
No, seriously, I don't think they make them anymore.
Are you a lefty, Moon?
No.
Because most people that get stags are lefties.
Yeah, well, it's not. It's a right-handed stag.
Oh, it comes on a stag. Oh, that's the one that came off your stag. You talking about, Marco?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll answer for him.
Oh, I don't know. I gotta see a picture. I think
I'll let my representative speak for me.
right.
I don't think I want. Oh, I think I see what you're talking about. Okay. No, that's on the window weaponry.
What's it like to be an intercity urban youth?
No, don't give me shit unless it's key mod, bro.
Because if you go on Diamond Head's site right now, they don't even have them.
I see it. It has like the lines going through it. It's like their older model. Their new model has like the finger grooves at the bottom.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, you can keep that, Marco.
Even if it was free 99?
Yeah, whatever. If you want to give it to me, I'll take it. I'll probably save it for my next AR.
I like your hairline, Gurk.
I know, man. It's fucking receipt. And shut the fuck up. Close your fucking mouth. Don't say nothing about it. I'm gonna kill you.
And there it is.
Has it been a compliment? See how it goes?
Fuck all y'all motherfuckers. What's going on, fellas? Y'all miss me?
Getting old, Gurk. That's it, yeah.
Well,
Easy there, Captain
Oh, the
Morgan.
crotch shot.
Hey,
what we need.
hey, Gert, you know most of them Bama's that got receding hairlines, they get that mohawk cut, so it looks like it's full and it just borders everywhere, so it blends in perfectly.
I'm about to cut all this shit off, bro.
Like Hank Strange's mini-me.
My shit's bad, bro. My shit's bad, bro. I need to brush it, but it ain't as bad as it looks right now, but I need to brush it. Oh, look at that shit. Like, in person, it's kind of like you can see the hair over here when it's, like, lined up. But whatever, bro. I don't care, man. Check the fade. Check the fade. Check the fade. That fade, though. That fade, though.
You got more real hair than Yankee does.
That fade, though. Check that out. Mm. Yeah. And then that shit's going to go. But look, that shit's still, like baby smooth, though. Look at that motherfucking shit, boy.
That's a weave.
Yeah.
What are you talking about, Edge?
Yeah, but that shit's back there though. Look at that shit, bro. That shit's nuts, man.
You
Fuck.
think that's natural or from wearing cover?
I'm in love with the road gang.
It's genetics.
Love with the road gang. Check that beard though. Check that beard though. Check that beard though. That beard though. Alright, don't look at that part. Look at that part. Look at that beard. Look at that mustache though. The nostrils, baby.
The bullets. Bullets.
Check them eyeballs though. Check them motherfucking earlobes. What?
Oh, greasy.
Check those nipples though. Crotch shot.
Time to turn the camera off.
What's going on though, fellas? What's the move? What's the word?
I'm about to black out your camera.
Hey yo, you Hey, look. So let me tell you about Marco, old punk ass. So
I'm too lazy to go to the post office. Go ahead.
Marco's supposed to be my boy, right? Like, hold me down, right? I hold Marco down, whatever, right? So I give him the Christmas shit, the patches and shit for Christmas. So he was like, hey, we're probably not going to, meet up anytime soon and shit, so just mail them to me. I'm like, cool. Mailed them straight to him, right? He tells me like 2 days later, I'm like, did you get it? He's like, no, I ain't even went to check that address. I'm like, you didn't even give me your real fucking address? We supposed to be boys? I was mad as shit. Little punk ass motherfucker.
Nobody got my real address.
That's some bullshit. You want to give motherfuckers real address? You
You,
know what?
you got my burner number 2, homie. I keep you on that status.
It's cool. All right, give me your real
You my
address.
bottom bitch. You my bottom bitch. That's why. You my bottom
You
bitch.
give me your real address, I'm gonna motherfucking have your ass missing. You gonna be on the back of a milk carton. Think of the game. Straight like that.
Set 'em
Thug
straight.
life. Thug life.
Bottom
Straight
bitch sits up front. She's the one that rolling up
Yeah,
everything that
she
needs
just
to
sits up
be
front,
rolled
but that don't mean she. You know what I'm saying?
Oh,
Half
shit.
had her. Half had her.
Hey, Marco be trying to carry me, and on top of that, he still ain't sent out my shit though. Like, come on, bro. Really, bro, really. That's the games we playing now. All right, okay. It's all good. I ain't tripping. All right, it's okay. I got 30s on everything around here, even the shotgun.
My shotgun's
So-
30.
We're all boycotting Taken 3, right?
Oh, absolutely. You saw what he said, right?
Yeah,
Why
he
would-
said the same thing 8 months ago, but I guess nobody paid attention back then.
Why are we boycotting Taken 3?
Because Liam Neeson's a prick bag.
What did he
And
say?
He said
we're
that
all crazy.
he
having
says
guns.
that our gun ownership in America is a fucking disgrace.
Oh,
Yeah.
really? Wow.
What did he say?
That's crazy because I was gonna bootleg the motherfucking movie anyway. I was gonna get the bootleg.
Well, now do that and give it away or something. But yeah, don't go pay to go see that motherfucker.
I was gonna bootleg, get the bootleg anyway.
Wait,
But
what did
hold
he
on,
say?
how can you make a statement like that where every single movie you're in, you're
I'll
shooting?
find your link, T-Webs.
Well, you can't tell me. I just didn't hear what you said.
He just said that gun ownership in America is an expletive disgrace. They didn't
Oh.
say
Yeah.
what
Where does he live?
curse he used. I think he's from Ireland or something.
Oh, he still lives over there.
Every fucking movie, he's shooting somebody in the fucking face. But that's like, what? How can you like? I
Well, they
can't
don't
take.
have to love it to exploit it. I mean, you can.
Yeah, I know, but that's why I can't
they
take
can
him.
fucking hate. I guess that's cool.
I can't take them seriously when they make statements like that because in all of your fucking movies, you're shooting people, killing people with, doing all this crazy gun stuff that's not realistic, by the way.
Sure.
But then you want anti-gun. I can't take you seriously. You know what I mean?
He said there are too many fucking guns out there, especially in America. I think the population is like 320 million. There's over 300 million guns privately owned in America. I think it's a fucking disgrace. Every week now we are picking up a newspaper and seeing yet another few kids have been killed in schools. Dude's a fucking cocksucker, and he probably ain't even good at it.
He definitely ain't good at math because
Yeah, I don't know what.
Right.
in a year and he hears about 52 shootings, and that's 52 out of 320 million. That's nothing, right?
Right.
Fuck that guy.
But
And
you
then
hear
some
about
of
him.
asked if he saw the duplicity in fervently pushing gun control while making a living with a gun in his hand. Neeson said, a character like Brian Mills going out with guns and taking revenge, it's fantasy. It's in the movies, I think it can give people a real great release from stresses in life and all the rest of it. You know what I mean? It doesn't mean the viewers are all going to go out and go, yeah, let's get a gun. I think the dude's just lost. He's
I'm getting Beretta 92 FS because of Taken 1, 2, and 3.
And then write a thank you letter to Liam Neeson.
I am. I'm going to take a picture of it and be like, your movies
That's
have
awesome.
convinced me of the relevance of the 92 FS.
Yeah, he's big rock, just like the rest of them. Where the fuck is my iPad? This bitch done stole my damn iPad.
Oh, and something else he said before, something about it really makes me think about becoming a Muslim. He considers converting. This was before everything that happened.
So a statement like that is, you mean like he really wants to be a terrorist? That's actually what he meant by that. Fuck out of here.
I don't think he
guy's a
knows what the
douchebag.
fuck. Yeah, I don't think he knows.
I'm saying all Muslims are terrorists, by the way, just to get that fucking clear. But that's what he meant by that statement. Like, come on, man. Guys,
Look at this shit I just found on WorldStar. Horrible.
What'd you find?
I bet I already seen it.
Was it that video they posted today?
The kid with the gun.
That's not horrible parenting, though. Like, that's great.
Yeah, I saw that.
Great parenting.
What's the difference between me giving a child a real gun that's unloaded versus a toy gun?
They bang.
One's a real gun and one's not.
Okay, but at the time that it's unloaded and has no bullets, it's technically not a real gun. It's as useless as a toy gun. It's just heavier, so maybe it might hurt your head if she smacks you with it. But I don't necessarily see it as a.
I think this is horrible parenting because that's a Sigma.
There you go. There you go. It's not definitely teaching any responsible safety with it.
Yeah, but I mean,
That
hey,
baby ain't learning nothing. That baby's a baby.
right?
It's got
Expose
something
them
wrong
early.
with its face it can't even see. So
Expose them early, though. Expose them early.
it doesn't matter what you do with a little baby at that point. I mean, people put them like on horses. Is that horrible? Or they stick them behind the wheel of a car, or they put a fireman hat on them or something? It's just a baby. Come on.
Didn't James Yeager say
what I'm
when his
saying.
grandson was born, he would take him to the range as an infant, put his little baby finger on the trigger, and squeeze his first shot?
I'll make my
that's
kid do that.
And that's about as controlled as handing them an empty gun.
Right.
Now, granted, like my 4-year-old goddaughter, I wouldn't do that to now because she probably really could pull the trigger on something like that. So, like right now, like I'm handing her toy guns and I'm trying to like train her for a year. Like, okay, you can't point it at nobody. You know what I'm saying? I want to observe her before I put like a real one in her hand, obviously. But at 12 months, come on.
That's garbage. It's like getting mad about what a baby has on its shirt. Babies don't pick their shit up.
I see what you're saying. And I see that the magazine was out of it now, and I'm sure that baby can't rack that slide and get anything caught up in there. It's not strong enough, or let alone would know how to even do that. So I can kind of see where you're coming from. I just don't think it's necessarily a great idea to then take pictures of it and post it. To go, I don't know.
It definitely gives
Oh,
the other
shit,
side
now we got a
something to
topic.
discuss, but
No, I think dogs
What
are their
about
kids.
when-
They can do whatever they want.
Yeah, exactly. And if the gun was some style like cancer, and it like okay, but it's just a freaking gun. So, I mean, again, if you put a little hatchet in their hand, or you're like, oh, you're teaching them to be unsafe with axes their whole life, or whatever, you're encouraging that among others. Like, I don't know. I mean, I think it's bad when they put like little football clothes on a little kid, teaching them that football is important somehow. Like, you can't get involved with how people are going to.
Well, that's the thing.
I think
Priorities or
this is
whatever.
stupid.
I
as
agree
well.
with the part of you can't tell somebody else how to raise their kid. They're going to raise their kid however they're going to raise their kid, and up until the point of where they break the law, it's kind of like nobody's business, pretty much.
I guarantee you,
I'll
this
agree with
fucking
you.
goon. I guarantee you, this fucking goon probably leaves his Sigma with the round chambered on the dinner table, and now he's showing this kid how to fucking play with it. And the kid is going to be toddling around, and he's going to grab that little Sigma, blow his fucking little brains out, and it's just going to be because Daddy lets me play with that fucking thing all the time.
It's
I
not-
bet you this
Well,
fucker
maybe
doesn't have a
he'll shoot
safe,
Daddy
doesn't
then.
even. I bet you this
You're
motherfucking
betting a lot of shit
cocksucker
here.
doesn't
betting a
even
lot of
have a
assumptions.
fucking holster. I bet you he drinks fucking quarter water and fucking pork rinds and doesn't even have a fucking holster.
But hold on.
What kind of windbreaker does this bastard not wear or wear, depending on the circumstance?
The kid going to grab the fucking gun and accidentally blowing his head off or whatever the fuck you just said, it wouldn't matter if he had him playing with it or not beforehand. The little fucker gets curious and grabs the fucking gun. It doesn't
He's
matter.
curious now. He knows that's a toy that he fucks and plays with. You know what I mean? That's now he knows for a fact that's a toy that he
It's
fucks
like
with.
shiny fucking shit. They don't know.
You lost, dude. You lost, man.
Never. But no, seriously, like.
Then the other, you lost, bro.
Kids
You
are
lost already.
but no baby.
Play with it. It's a fucking 12-month-old baby.
But listen, but listen, but like, all right, so like you just added a lot of ifs and a lot of presumptions about that person. But in that video, at that given time, the gun is unloaded. So letting a child hold an unloaded gun, what's the problem?
That's not a child, though. That's not a child. That's a baby. There's a bigger child.
An infant. It's not even a toddler yet. It's almost a toddler.
It's nothing. It doesn't even. It can't remember nothing from back then. You're not doing nothing. The only thing you're doing is you're putting out a perception to other people. I can understand that concept, that you're making it look bad for gun owners potentially. But I say, whatever. Put a wife beater on a little baby. Is that bad? I mean, that's just your trip, not the baby's trip. So if you think it's bad for a baby to hold a gun, then that's your trip, not the baby's trip.
And at least they were standing right there. So, like, I mean, at least they were watching the child.
No, because the firearm is unloaded. The firearm is safe. So whether they're there or they walk away, as long as there's no ammo in that room and they walk away, the child is still safe.
Well, that makes it sound like you're advocating kids just playing with guns when they feel like it.
The baby couldn't load
This was like the fifth. What was the fifth gun rule? It was once a gun is unloaded, it's no longer a gun. Never heard that one before. Thanks, Tom. I'm gonna write that one down.
That's only for babies.
But look, if the damn baby was swimming in bullets with that damn gun in his hand, and the gun was unloaded, it never would be a way that baby could fire that gun.
Hold on. What if this baby has gone to some kind of training?
Once a gun is not loaded anymore, it's no longer a gun. Just remember.
Tactical response, Junior.
Not even a gun.
Tactical training. That's just my opinion.
Hey.
All right, so let me ask you this.
Babies here are worshiping
DB. So, what's the difference, other than weight, other than physical weight of a firearm? What's the difference between an unloaded gun and an airsoft gun?
He is trying to say the perception of it, though, right? You're not saying that baby's going to load the gun and go around and shoot people. You're saying
I guarantee you that douchebag anyone who photos and films their kid like that, putting it on World Star with their Sigma, is an idiot. And that's the same kind of idiot that is going to leave that gun on the fucking table.
Well, I mean, like, I could say anyone from fucking New York City will never be responsible enough to own a gun. That's ignorance on my level as well.
You're probably right, but that's cool.
Well, but if you're right, then are they the only idiot doing that, or is there a whole bunch?
You just said the fifth gun rule is once the gun is unloaded, it's no longer a gun.
I never said it was
that.
Enough, dude.
I never said it was.
You just said it.
I never said it was a rule.
You just said it, dude.
Okay, yes, I said. And keep in mind, like when I said it, I said my perception is. I never said it's a rule for everybody. What I'm saying is my perception is that an unloaded gun is no different than a toy gun outside of weight. Outside of weight, if there's.
All right, we had a good thing come up here. I'm going to switch the topics just because we're arguing over pointlessness. So let's argue over different pointlessness. Did anybody listen to Yankees modified teacup grip?
No, nobody watched
yesterday.
Last night in the chat, you mean?
Yeah, no, I'm asking people that weren't there. Has anyone seen it? And if so, even if you haven't, has anyone heard of a modified teacup grip? I'll throw that out there. We'll get some different.
It was high, dude. You're twisting his words around, dude.
Oh,
it was modified high teacup grip. High teacup.
So is there such a thing as any kind of modified teacup? Is there a high?
He basically it was a picture of Mikulik with a two-handed grip. That's what it looked like to me, and he said that was modified high T. A high teacup grip is just a two-handed hold.
What?
Or it's not teacup at all.
Yeah, it's bullshit. There's no high teacup.
The
teacup is the act of having a plate.
His position was that the teacup is a valid grip for revolvers, and that Jerry Mikulik does a modified teacup.
No, he does not. He holds a revolver just like he holds a pistol, except he brings his fucking thumb back so he won't get burnt by the.
Blow it off, yeah.
Yeah, exactly. That's the only thing. I've watched him shoot plenty of times. I've probably sat in here on like a Jerry Mikulik binge watching and watched like all of his fucking videos. Like, yeah, what?
Can't be a high teacup, dude. There's no such thing. A teacup is the teacup with the plate. A saucer.
Would it be a table cup? That's a little bit bigger than a teaspoon.
They call it the teacup grip because it was the saucer and teacup. Your hand becomes a saucer. The teacup is on top of that. Anything other than that can't be a teacup grip.
It was Yankees video last night about teacup grips and how they're better than the newfangled stuff that they're trying to sell you?
So he actually made a
No.
video out of it? I didn't see him.
No,
do a video
usually
out of
that's
it.
what happens.
No,
I'm just
no.
Oh
wondering
yeah.
if
He's like, I was in the chat
I haven't
tonight,
haven't
and
seen
this
one
topic
yet.
came.
He said it was no different or worse than holding it one-handed. And he was trying to argue. I told him if you're bringing a first-time shooter to the range and they do that, it's probably because they've seen a lot of television and movies, and you should correct them because it's not going to manage recoil, and then they might shoot the gun and then say, oh, that gun kicked too much, I'm not into shooting, I will never go shooting again. And it's because of that stupid fucking teacup grip. He said, well, that's true, but it's no different than shooting one-handed. But I'm like, all right, well, it doesn't matter, because you're trying to show somebody who's never shot before shooting, you wouldn't want them to shoot like that.
you wouldn't
That's
want
my
to shoot
opinion.
one-handed either, so you don't
No,
want
exactly,
something
no.
that's the same as one-handed.
His latest video is a Mike Brown, Darren Wilson video.
But no, I mean that's not a valid. That shit is obsolete. Like that isn't the best possible thing that we can do anymore. You know what I mean? We've developed a better technique that works a billion times better than that. So, like, what is this? I don't know.
It's tried and true, though. That was his point, was it's old school, and it's
Yeah,
tried
it's
and
tried
true.
and true. It works. So
Yeah.
anything else is bullshit. We're going to end up reverting
Well,
back to what.
But there was a reason he was saying it worked, and I'm trying to remember what that part was.
Okay,
Now,
but it's
I
the
know that he said it worked better on a revolver than on a semi because of if there's a catastrophic failure, the mag coming out the bottom. He made that point, but I'm trying to remember what the other reason was that he said it was good.
And hold on, first off, if it's a catastrophic failure and the mag comes out the bottom, it's not like it's gonna fucking break your hand or nothing.
No.
You're gonna stop
It's going
it
to
from
push your
falling.
hand out of the way a little bit if your hand was underneath of it.
Yeah.
At
And
best,
and not even
grip.
not that much. It's not enough. Like the grip that you would have on the bottom of that gun would be a lot. It'd be like fucking holding your hand there with a slack hand reciprocate. Probably a little bit harder than that. Whatever. But the thing about Yankee is like, okay, he's saying that this whatever is better than all these other grips. That's bullshit. Because he's the same guy that sits there and always like, well, you don't really need training because people have every self-defense situation and people shooting people. None of them have training. You know what I mean?
I did call him on it because as soon as he did pull up a picture of Mikulik, and I said that's an appeal to authority. He talks about that all the time. Just because Mikulik is doing it and he wasn't, doesn't mean it's right. You know what I mean? He just pulled up a
Mikulik
picture
is
like,
my
oh,
hero.
He's the
He's
shit.
just like-
He's not the end-all, be-all in fucking gun grips. Come on, man. That fucking grip.
You
is-
can't take a specialist and assume that anything a specialist does or like the top performer in their field is going to be
it's common
applicable to
for
anyone
everybody.
else.
Yeah,
Exactly.
I'm gonna agree with you on that.
He does that. He may shoot that grip because that's the grip that makes him shoot the fastest. Like I don't.
Or they were taking a picture and they were like, "Your thumb's in the way of the logo. Move your thumb."
Yeah, can you move that? Exactly.
At best, the teacup grip is like a makeshift support,
Yeah, but Mikulik's
like
old.
like a makeshift
But
bench
it-
rest for your
But it took
handgun.
a long time to get there too. To develop him, to get him to where he's at today. You know.
Well, at first he started with the teacup, like everyone should, and then it slowly evolved into the modified high teacup.
Well, and kind of along the lines of what you were just saying, G-Webs, who's actually going to tell Jerry that he's doing it fucking wrong? Who's that guy going to be? You know, he's got trophies and
Yankee.
checks. He's cashing
You know what
checks.
people are going to do, though? They're going to, like, go, "Hey, Jerry, do you mind if we put those little dots on you and then take a three-dimensional, like, laser scan of you doing your thing at the ultimate performance? And then we're going to interpret that, and then we're going to explain that to other people, and then other people are going to, try that, and then they're going to succeed and do better, and then they're going to train other people to do it, and then eventually to become the new common thing." And that's when Yankee would say that that's all bullshit.
Now, when I see
All I
him,
know is this. If you're
I
arguing
think
with
that would be
Yankee,
awesome,
if you're
though.
debating
That'd be
Yankee on
awesome.
anything, and you pull up a picture of somebody doing what you're arguing is right versus Yankee, he's just going to say you're doing an appeal to authority, and I don't give a fuck what that person does. Who is that fucking person?
Back in the days of
And
David
that-
and Goliath, the sling was the high-tech tool of the day. But I'd like to think that we've moved a little bit beyond that, including this little teacup thing back in the 17 and 1800s that used to be all in fashion, that we kind of moved along a little bit in
Yeah, but
style
which
and technology.
Which
and
one's quicker on the reload, though, Dano?
please.
But the thing about it is like, okay, when any type of fucking argument or conversation with Yankee, He's always right. He has to be right. You know what I mean? That's the fucking nature of the beast, right?
And he
So-
makes up shit.
I don't know whether he makes up shit because honestly, I like a lot of stuff he say. I don't know if it's 100% whatever. But it
Well, how
sounds-
about this?
it sounds-
Anybody here
hold on,
ever hear of a modified high teacup? Anybody? Raise your hand, please.
That's what we're talking about.
Exactly. Nobody's heard of it except for Yankee.
It doesn't fucking exist. But the thing is, like, he always has to be right. So it's like, okay, it's like it's a little. You can't win that argument because I think he convinces himself that.
Well, no. When
like it, like you know what I mean.
When somebody's berating with facts or their opinions and over again and being very pugilant with their opinion, and you have no time to even think because you're just kind of getting overwhelmed with that. I'm like, okay, give me a second to think here. I mean, it's hard to respond. Exactly.
Yeah, exactly. That's his tactic. It's hard to win an argument. Like the other night, I had him in a chat, and I was trying to bait him into an argument on training and shit. He knew what I was doing. You know what I mean? So I kept digging, and kind of got him.
His methodology is to be a psychological bulldozer, so that you don't even have time to think.
Right. But I mean,
If someone kicked in your door, Kurt,
I respect his opinion on the majority of shit he says, but not fucking high teacup. Come on, fuck out of here. I wish he would come in here right now.
If somebody kicked in your door, would you high teacup their ass?
Yeah, right.
And I'm also not.
Fuck is that? I was like, if somebody kicked in my door, I shoot. He was like, well, if somebody kicked in your door, you'll be dead. No, you couldn't react fast enough. And
Just because they kicked in my door doesn't mean they had a gun. In
Well,
general, you know?
I think there's also part. I'm not saying he
It
makes
doesn't
everything
mean
up.
that I'm in the room where the door is that they kicked in. Come on, man.
It's just when he thinks that things aren't going his way is when the bullshit is more likely to fly.
Well, here's the thing with him. He's not arguing what you're arguing about. He's arguing you being wrong. That's why his opinions flip-flop so much, and that's why he makes so much stuff up. The teacup thing, if you have a gun, he used a 22 rimfire website as part of his justification last night.
Right. That was pretty good. I quit listening at that point, but I was like,
Yeah,
seriously?
I didn't understand that.
If you have a 22 rimfire, shoot it one-handed. Recoil's not a problem. If you have a 45, okay, then the teacup hold, okay, it's got disadvantages, but he uses the words like appropriate, inappropriate. He always pushes things to the extreme. If you say it's not the best grip, for a high recoil gun, then his argument is just to make you wrong, okay, by saying that you said it's never appropriate. We've moved on. That's horseshit. Bullseye shooters shoot one-handed. Bullseye shooters with rim fires, especially Europeans, they shoot teacup. So it's appropriate, or it's not a disadvantage under certain conditions, but then he uses that broad brush just to make you wrong, because that's his argument. His argument's not about the grip. His argument's you being wrong.
That's probably easier to win the argument that way. I don't have to prove my point. I just got to prove that you're wrong. I kind of like that. I might try that out.
Weren't all the cops
It works, though. It does work.
back in the 70s using teacups? Teacup grip? Or at least
No, that was a long time that people used them. It's just that they figured out pretty much when revolvers went from big-ass single-action revolvers with a bunch of weight and, distribute, their balance distribution was different than a modern semi-auto, or not double action. So that's when they quit doing it, when they figured out the little 38s were you're stronger than your wrist, basically, and you didn't have any gun anymore. As those guns got smaller and smaller, you got less and less gravity help.
Sure.
Before, like, Bill Jordan and fucking Cooper and these people, weren't these people shooting from the fucking hip? And they weren't even bringing the sights up to their face?
No, because World War I, think of World War I, 1911 videos, or not videos, but training. You're going to see the guys putting their hands in their pockets and sticking their hand out. It was more from the dueling days, from like single action or single shot black powder guns and stuff.
My father was telling me in Vietnam that they were trained to grab their wrist, like grab the left arm, left they grabbed their left hand and grabbed their wrist
like
with the right.
the T.J. Hooker type of thing. And
Yeah,
that was super popular for a bit there in the 70s, and that's when those people started going, hey, everybody's not the same, and people do sports differently, and if people play golf differently, they probably shoot differently. And then they figured out, like, hey, if you have some balance, something to rest against, some leverage there, then you've got better chance of hitting what you're aiming at. So if you put one hand out there to rest it on, it's a lot better than just one hand. They just didn't figure out if you put two hands on the damn gun already, that's even better.
Yeah, not everybody was Elmer Keith, where he could have an appendix carry and just whip that thing out single-handed and shooting birds out of the sky.
Well, the problem with that is that's about the same period of time that we switched from tea to coffee. Okay, so what could you do at that point? There was that whole black period of gun handling where we had to transition to the coffee cup hold.
It's true.
Hey, Edge.
It was more bitter, but it was better for you.
Edge, that link I just put in there, translate that shit for us. I can't read that fucking Japanese shit you speak.
The translate.
What's up? Shit.
No, you can't translate it. It's a picture, man. Come on, bro. I'm not typing it in.
Entrance holes and exit holes, dude. Can
okay.
you do it? Yeah,
Okay.
entrance holes, and because they have one that's in English as well.
Orfocitos is holes. Entrada.
I don't see that bullshit. Oh, okay, like orifice in Spanish is orifice.
Yep.
Okay.
Spanish is the closest to whatever the fuck we speak, so it's usually
Yeah.
pretty easy.
Yeah, the top one is entrance, the bottom one is exit.
Is that the official name of our language, whatever the fuck we speak?
Because
Yeah.
it ain't English anymore. It's what do we call it? American
Right.
English? I don't know. We don't have a name for it.
Orificios de entrada means orifice.
Everybody, we figured it out, motherfucker. You late.
Orificios de salida means orifice of the exit.
Close your orifices. When somebody come put a dick
Just
in it,
orifices.
oh, y'all.
Unidad criminalista.
What's sad is he had to go study it and he's just figuring it out now.
Unidad Especial de Criminalistas, like university.
So if you carry around like a little NA8 or some little tiny gun, then you would use an espresso grip.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah, hold it like this.
Where does the lemon twist go?
See, I can change my
That's
accent
European.
days. I can go for.
Hey, check this out. It's something hilarious, right? On the streets, they call any gun with a grip safety a lemon squeeze. They call 1911 lemon squeeze. I heard my little cousin say that the other day. Like, yeah, my man,
Lemon squeeze is a 38.
fuck is that?
It's the 38. It's a little 38 snubby with the grip safety on the back.
Like a little lemon squeeze. It's like, what? That makes no fucking sense, man.
I thought you my lemon squeeze, Gert.
Google it. What's in yours? That's
G-Webs, could you tell what gun she was holding?
I gave up that
In that
street
picture?
5 minutes
Yeah.
ago.
Yes, I think it was in her left hand. I'm not sure if you could tell, but I couldn't tell. I have no, like, it don't even look like it's real.
It's a prop gun. It's not real.
That's not the only thing in that picture that ain't real.
Well,
So there's no way that is any kind of a real gun.
I don't think so.
I don't see any sights really. I guess not.
What picture are we talking about?
The one I put in the side.
Yeah.
It's a little ways up.
chick
with
squatting
tubes.
down holding a pistol.
Poor trigger discipline, I think, was the whole.
It's not even that poor.
No,
I'm not even mad
You got to
about it.
look past an almost completely exposed boob to see that finger. So
Right. It's like art. It's like getting mad at an actor for putting his finger on the trigger or something.
Oh, I didn't say I was mad.
Oh no, I'm just saying the people that complain about that, like they put a picture of Sniper Wolf the other day on Facebook holding a pellet gun the same way with a finger on the trigger, and everybody was getting all butthurt about it. And I'm like, well, she's modeling a cosplay outfit, so it's obviously like fiction.
what if you take a baby and give it? Wait a minute. I don't want to.
Or if you let Liam Neeson shoot people in the face.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I'm anti that now. He's lost any privileges that I ever thought he was gonna get. That ain't happening.
Kind of like the first one. I don't remember the second one, so I must not have liked it that much. And I can't. What other movies is he in that's so good? He was in Star Wars or
Well,
something, right?
yeah, there's that. Rob Roy was decent.
And the second one sucked.
Well, Liam Neeson.
Yeah.
Liam Neeson was in Excalibur.
Yep.
Schindler's List.
Yeah. Well, Schindler's List, Excalibur.
Excalibur. You mean from like literally 1984 or something?
Yes. Yes.
Oh my God.
Excalibur.
And that movie is.
Now I have to disagree with you guys because I watch that movie so often. There's no way I could not watch that movie.
Patrick Stewart was in the movie too. Patrick Stewart.
He was in Next of Kin, which sucked. Yeah, so I guess basically you're saying that most of his movies sucked, so there's no problem in
I
not
just can't think
watching
of
his
any
movies.
Care about, yeah.
He really didn't do much with himself until like shit about last 7
He's not
years.
in any of the important ones like Red Dawn, right?
Yeah.
Hey, y'all want to see my Get Home bag? Check it out.
He's in a movie
say-
with Steve Bateman once.
I want to say your year's supply of Rogaine.
This is my fuck you, old man.
I got my hair.
That's a lot of stuff to carry around. That's your EDC.
I want to see how much hair you have when you're 53.
Hey, look. My dick
Rogaine.
is all around it, motherfucker. Fuck all y'all. Fuck all y'all.
You ever put that Rogaine, man? 'Cause you put it on your head, and then you get an ass itch. You start rubbing on your ass, and all of a sudden you got hair coming out your ass everywhere.
Oh shit.
And by EDC, that means everyday coils. That's his coils and pliers and juice.
Yeah, I know, right? It's my
Right.
bacon, man.
Look at all this. Look at all this. Just look at it, Kirk.
Well, you
What's
got a
that?
sleeping pad.
That look like this is a sleeping mat.
That's a roll, yeah.
Daniel paid big money for that kind of
That's
toupee.
his yoga mat.
Good living. Good living.
Tell him to put on his yoga pants.
It looks so natural, Dano.
Oh, the Rogaine was after my time.
Bulletproof, bitches. Bullet fucking proof. I got one of these assault packs. This is a 3-day bag right here, really. I got one of these piece of shit.
Did you borrow that from an infantryman?
Knee pad. What? Did I borrow that from an infantryman?
Was that an LBV or is it different? The
Yeah, it's an LBV. I had like 3 of them.
Would you pull up your underwear so I don't have to look at your crack?
Really? That shit is in the corner right. This is where you're looking. This little corner right here. Come on, bro.
Where you got some flowers?
You're purposely looking at my ass, yo. I'm starting to
Stop bending over.
The lower third co-witness.
I like the cornrows you got.
It's only a thumbnail picture. What am I supposed to look at?
Poncho? This a Poncho Lopez? Poncho Lopez?
Cornrows are pretty sexy.
And fucking, I don't even know what these called. What are these called? Polypros?
What is it?
Fucking old school canteens. What y'all know about these? Oh no, these are the new plastic ones. With the little joint for the gas mask in there. You know what I mean?
It's the weird. The canteen's still green though. Everything else is all gray.
No, the canteens are, yeah, they're like a weird Ranger green color. Yeah. What's this shit? This is some bandoliers. Like, who the fuck uses these anymore? Get the fuck out of here.
I'd use those. Those are awesome.
I mean, what you gonna attach them to?
For an extra 6 mags? No, just throw them over your shoulder and go if you need an
Yeah,
extra
no, that's
6
fucking
mags.
dumb. Like, you're running around, the shit's swinging everywhere. Come on.
Look, if you're just going out for the night on the town and you're not
Look,
going to really be
I'm
out.
fucking turn this bitch into a motherfucking chest rig. Whatever, man. But I got 2 of those. I'm selling these. 2
Give
for
it to a baby.
25.
Looks good for a training bra.
2 for 25. This is what the fuck is this? Oh, that's the.
It's your shit. How am I supposed to know what it is?
I don't use this shit. Look, this shit still has the.
Usually
tag.
shit in the bag like that was NBC gear always.
This is my wet weather shit.
Oh, it could be a raincoat, I guess.
That's for when he does his wet
More
work.
wet weather. No, these are. Yeah, this
More
some.
wet work gear.
There's 2 types of wet weather shit. Oh no, this is the cold weather joint.
Stealing cars in the rain.
I got some overalls. Anybody want some overalls? $85 right here. You know what I'm talking
Yeah,
about?
still make overalls? That's
Cool.
cool.
On eBay.
Rain
You got an
retardant.
eBay account?
Overall.
eBay.
No. That's what I wear when it's snow. I throw these in. Play in the snow.
Coverall.
whatever you want to call them. Elbow.
Overall, it's like a farmer. You can have one thing done in the 90s.
I got a field jacket. Anybody want $100 for the field jacket with the private rank up there? See how long I haven't worn this shit.
Extra medium.
No, I probably can still fit it. I've only gained. Well, no, I've gained a lot of weight. I've probably gained like, I don't know, like 70 pounds since I've joined it.
Just gonna rub that boot right in your pants. That's that right there.
Hey, so is it Stolen Valor if you wear that without any of the patches or tabs?
Yeah, you can
wear it all you want.
Yeah, you can wear it, but you have to take off all the patches and tabs and stuff.
You can wear rank. Nobody's gonna give a shit about rank. Just take off the name. That's all.
Well, yeah, you can wear rank, but you got to take off the U.S. Army and the rank tag. Yeah, you can put your rank up there. I got an in-church tool. It's just pretty
I don't think
badass.
there's any law against wearing. It's probably against the law for somebody who's in to wear the wrong uniform. But if you're just a regular civilian, you can do whatever the fuck you want. There's no law against it.
Now, if you're in, I mean, long
Unless
as
you're
you know,
impersonating somebody.
Well, that's what I was kind of getting at.
Only if
can't-
you're being a dick and impersonating somebody trying to get something out of it. I mean, even if you walked around just being a Valor thief, I don't know if that's necessarily illegal unless you're trying to scam somebody out of some money or whatever, like you've done damage to somebody. It's just totally lame or whatever, but this is a free country.
I just need to limit my
People don't go
douchebag.
to, well, people don't go to jail on Halloween, you know what I mean?
Well, I understand that the law, the latest versions of people describe it as if you do it to obtain a profit or a discount, like trying to get a discount in Macy's because you're a vet or whatever. You know?
Yeah, then do money.
Hey, Girk, I got a Coleman one that's just like that. It's probably not as good as that one, though.
dog, this is the coolest fucking thing that they give you in the Army. Like, no lie, this fucking folded up.
That's weird how that's basically the same.
Right, and then you could actually sharpen this edge. People sharpen this edge.
Yeah, I got a Coleman one just like that, but it's probably not as tough as that one, I bet.
No, I'd probably just
Coleman is probably the same thing. Coleman
Yeah, okay.
contracts to the government. At least it used to.
It's tough.
Yeah,
I
it's
just
all
like it because it folds up so small, but I mean, I'm
They're
tall.
not strong,
like
though.
you
They're
gotta
shitty.
take
I like the old ones that are just like a little tiny shovel with one stick and a real shovel head. They're bigger, but they work. These, they suck ass. They break all the time.
Yeah, they do, but
They're good if they're issued to you, because as soon as you break it, then you just get another one. So it's no big deal. But if it's like you have to buy it, I wouldn't.
I mean, the moment you try to apply force, because you're basically making it into a lever,
Right.
the hinge is where it's going to want to crack.
And it's that. Well, ours had those weak aluminum nuts. for it, right?
I didn't know. I've been looking for my fucking IFAC. You know, I got my IFAC. You know.
But if you just know how to use the thing and like don't actually use it like a shovel, just use it as like a stronger palm of your hand, then you can make it effective. You just
My
can't.
IFAC doesn't have shit in it, bro. That's a damn shame.
It's not tethered to the bag. I thought they were tethered.
Nah, they're pull out. Cause you put
Yeah,
the
but I
low.
thought you pull them out, but I thought they're on a string so that they stay with your kit.
Nah, you can attach a string. They have like loops. You can attach a string if you want, and then put it into the water hole or back on the molly, or however you fuck you want to do it. But they pull out just so you can have this out and just put it down or whatever and pull shit out.
Yeah.
But it's cool. I've never actually had to use my own one. So I'm about to put this on my chest rig, my plate carrier. They're pretty cool. They're like actually, I like that. I'm probably use it for a storage pouch because I don't need it. I'm not going to war. Probably use this for a storage or something. I had some fucking saw boxes, yo. I don't know what happened to them.
I like that concept of using, or I like the idea of using that concept for a toolkit. So you can pull it out of the pouch, use it, put it back in, and put it in your pouch to stow.
Well, this bag right here is a really good bag to use for like a toolkit or something.
I like that idea, G-Webs. I like that a lot, actually. So when you just pull it out of the main box or whatever, and then you can just flip it open like a roll kit or whatever. I like that.
Exactly. And then you can also have this as like a work mat if you got screws or parts that come off or whatever you're doing.
Yeah,
Keep
this
it
bag
easy
right here. Jesus,
out of the dirt or sand or whatever you're in. Or
Yeah, this is a nice
that
big
rock.
fucking bag. You can just put a lot of stuff or a lot of shit in. This is a good bag to put like on the back of one of your packs or something. You can just stuff shit in. Yeah. I got 2 of those. That's a bunch of. These are super comfortable. I got this fucking like this big padded fucking shoulder straps and back pads and shit. Then it has a plastic frame instead of the metal one.
Yeah, look at that plastic frame. This is bullshit. That's
Nah, man, this shit works, man. This shit strong as fuck. Fucking buckles, then it has like a waist strap. Fucking, I don't.
I got a camping backpack like that, but unfortunately, coming off the bottom instead of being just at the bottom like yours, it's got this the frame extends down and it sucks. On mine, anyway.
Well, I don't know. I think that's a design that's supposed to help you carry. I don't know, but this is cool. Let's you get it real hiked up on your back, because this, you know, this part right here actually keeps it, you know, in your back. This is pretty good. You can really load it up and carry these motherfuckers. The old green ones are a bitch. You should have Cobra buckles right there. What you do? Fucking
You know how many liter pack that is?
I don't know. It's a big ass fucking pack. I can pull
That's a big ass bag.
Big ass fucking pack. That's the official size.
Yeah, big ass fucking pack.
I'm going to Wikipedia. I'm checking the size out.
big ass fucking centimeters cubed.
It doesn't tell you. It's just large rucksack. You can Google it. I'll give you the NSN. Whatever, bro.
Just Google ever since the CIA.
For the low. Some shower shoes. Anybody want to buy some shower shoes? $5 a piece.
You mean it's $10 for
I just
both?
need one, so good.
I mean, you can go all the way gangster like this.
Dang.
I can get shower shoes all night long at the shower.
Shower shoes, bro.
You saying you got a 24-hour shower shoe shop?
Yeah, man. Hey, some brown knee pads. When you really need your knee pads to get that promotion.
Trying to make that E2.
Damn. If you need your knee pads in the E2. Hey, these are the we were talking about winter gloves, Dano, that they issue. These are the brown leather ones with like the soft
Dude, it was a black.
Like isotoners, damn.
I meant the black leather ones, whatever. These are the cold weather joints. You can strap them down real tight.
They got fur in them.
Those look pretty nice, actually.
We got leather ones, and then they're like, get them big enough because you're going to get wool ones to go inside of them.
Right. These are, and they got like chinchilla ass hair in there. Like
Yeah, it was a leather shell with no lining at all, and then it was
Right.
a wool insert.
So that your wool insert was way too small and made your fingers pointless, and then cut off your circulation in the winter. And then in the summer, your gloves were always too damn big for you.
Dude, anybody want some shooting glasses? I swear I get like 3 of these a year, man. Some ESS
Are they
ones.
made of a high grade?
I'm gonna need them for this baby.
Fucking
I'm gonna take
bulletproof,
shooting.
man. They're fucking bulletproof, man. You got the clear ones and the shade ones.
I'll give you $5. Shit.
Like nice little carrier bag, you know what I mean? Or wipe your snot, you know what I'm talking about?
Dude,
Whatever.
that bag is for wiping fog. Those are specifically made, right? To wipe lenses and fog off of.
That's mil-spec.
Keyshawn said he's gonna put his AR-15 together on here.
Yeah, man.
Mil-spec monkey.
So instead of having to look through his bag, we can look at some mimic in here.
So like,
Now he's in trouble for making a big mess.
No shit.
well, I'm packing. I'm about to start packing for tomorrow.
Oh, we can
That's
tell.
funny. I packed the other way.
So, no, I mean, I gotta take everything out and see what I need and shit. You know what I mean?
The woman's home.
Got
I heard
got a laundry bag in there. You know what I mean? The other glove. You know what I'm talking about? It's like the bigger extravaganza. These are the other winter gloves they give us too. These fucking suck.
Dude, those are aviator gloves. Those things are awesome.
Yeah.
Send them my way.
No, these suck. I hate these.
I like
These are the
those are
ones.
fireproof,
These are
too.
the best ones right here. You see these big motherfuckers?
No, I
These
can only see the wrists. Never
These
had
are
those.
so warm.
called gauntlet gloves.
Because she got
Sometimes tankers and people like that got cooler gloves than regular people, I think, because they had to like use them or whatever.
I have a tanker glove.
Yeah, these are so fucking warm right here.
Once she went on
Oh, I can't even get my fingers out, so I don't know what's wrong with them.
Oh,
If he cuts the lenses in half, he can do a package deal. You can get a shoe, a glove, and a lens, left or right, or mix and match.
Yeah, exactly.
I really only need like 3 fingers off that glove, though.
Oh yeah.
Girk
I
home
hate to pay
shopping
for the whole
network.
thing.
He's right here. These motherfuckers are this shit, bro. Look at that. It's like a fucking superhero.
I don't know if you heard Dirk, but it sounds like your chick's leaving you for a white guy.
You crazy.
Straight
Okay,
tripping.
throw back flashlight. What's I got here? Some more elbow pads just in case you want that next promotion.
Don't hit her with your stuff. Man.
More big ass gloves.
Didn't they do this back in the 80s in Living Color to Homeboy Shopping Network?
This sounds like it.
Yes.
Oh,
But
I
it
got
wasn't all this gear.
I got a baklava laka, whatever you
It's a
call it.
baklava, dude. It's a sweet
Whatever, man. It's a
pastry.
ski
They
mask.
issue those? They issue you those?
Look at that shit.
Unconstitutional shit.
I got some more shit, some socks. These are the inserts you were talking about, Dano.
Yeah.
Another laundry bag. Hey, this is like
I only
fucking.
got one on you.
Yeah. These are the black gloves that go with the inserts right here. Like
Yeah,
these are
Gloves they give you. I had to like fight for my one pair of fucking gloves.
when you absolutely got a killer white girl, get the O.J. Simpson gloves.
O.J. Simpson gloves right there.
Some more fucking elbow pads in case you want to make E5.
How many damn
No.
elbow pads and shit do you get?
Now I know how you got up the chain.
Oh, this is a gator neck right here. Yeah, I was talking about
Those
this.
I've seen. Those
This
I've
is
seen.
the
Those are
this
pretty
is the
handy.
shit I was talking about that you put over your fucking neck and shit.
Yeah. I got those one time from Circle Store for like
Yeah, you
$7.
cover
or
your
something.
face like that. This shit like keeps you warm as fuck, right?
You can keep them over your head too. And they're like a hat.
Yeah, but then you can't see out of it.
I can see you've worn it a lot.
More fucking gloves.
That's the mini pearl edition.
How come you got tags on all this shit?
So you know it's
Huh?
legit.
Cause I got duplicates of like everything, so you only need to use one pair. Why I need to use other ones?
Well, because one was for my inspection locker and one was for that I could wear all the time.
Well, I'm not active duty. I don't have a
Yeah,
locker.
don't worry about that when you're not
You
there.
need one pair of underwear.
Fleece. I got some rank that I need to put on my hat, so that'll be cool.
You got to sew your own shit on, or you take it in and they sew your shit on for you?
No, it's just not. I don't sew my shit on. I still use the pen.
Oh, you got to do all that yourself still with the little guides?
Fucking,
I just threw my guides away the other day. I'm like, I don't think I need these anymore. I don't remember the last time I had to worry about what the
uniform.
position
Uniform.
was on my
Yes.
clothes.
Boom. Hey, here's that
That's
sleeping bag.
about the time that they'll pull you back in, G-Webs.
Here's that
What the fuck? This is off by a quarter inch. Like, damn it.
This is that $2,000 sleeping
Stop
bag.
and give me 50.
This is like $2,000 right here.
Okay, $50.
Yeah, I'll give you 60.
I G-Web's got it.
61.
Oh, come on now.
Okay,
All right.
62.
So, to the old ass motherfucker that live in Chicago.
70 Newports.
Alright, I think that's it. I don't have any more shit to show. Alright, my segment is over. Thank you guys for watching.
You didn't even give a shout out to your eBay account.
Huh?
What's your eBay? Your
Oh.
eBay account.
My eBay is B_Gert1118. Just go up there and send me money through PayPal. I'll send you something.
Just send your money and you'll send something.
Yeah, I'll send something. Just send
Kind of
me.
like Secret Santa. Kind of like Secret Santa, but it's Secret Kirk. You send it money and then you get something.
You
You
fuck
give me
around
some money and I'll send you some.
get a dick pic playing with me. Wife be mad as shit. Oh yeah, they got this badass like little hats too. Like I like these. Oh, this is my original one too. I got another one.
Hey, I could use a couple of
Fucking
those.
will keep you warm and shit.
A couple of them. The man said a couple.
I
Yeah,
do.
those
man.
hats are cool.
Yeah, look at these motherfuckers, man. If
Are
you
they
get
calling
Same
that a
hat all day
watch
long?
cap?
Hold up. How does Yankee wear this shit? Like this or something?
I
don't-
no, 'cause it's
Like
it's
Fucking
about
old,
hat.
the old standard way. The old.
How does Yankee wear it? Yankee wears it like this or something like that.
He like flips up the front like a
He's in the
brand.
chat right now. You
time
can,
tested way.
he's in the chat window. You just ask
It's like
him.
this is how you're supposed to wear it. No, it's not.
Haven't you ever seen the keyboard
Alright.
elf?
So check this out. So I'm a fat asshole, right?
Yes, you are. Yes.
And I'm proud of it. But I've never understood how motherfuckers in like Nevada, California, Arizona wear a knit hat in like spring. I sweat easily. Like if I get hot, I'm gonna start sweating. I don't understand how people be wearing knit hats in California on like a 70-degree cloudy day.
You lose all your heat through your head, right? So
70
like right now,
degrees?
it's fucking freezing here, but I'm able to survive because I got a knit hat on.
In the
So
winter,
keeping my hat. My
in
heat.
the winter, understood and confirmed and whatever, but it'll be like springtime. It's not even
cold
cold.
as shit here sometimes in the spring, in the summer.
Yeah,
Hey,
but then,
Mark,
okay, but then like if you're
7
wearing,
degrees and
so you're gonna wear like a tee, you're gonna wear like a skinny ass tee. You're gonna wear
Marco,
a skinny ass.
right now it's
see-through, like,
70
tee.
degrees right here, so I'd be dying
Now-
if I didn't have this hat on.
Oh no, I mean, oh, you're crazy. See, that's what I'm saying. I don't understand how they do that. 70 degrees, I definitely don't need a hat. It has to be like below 45.
70 degrees is
for
cold
that.
as shit. What are you talking about?
I was gonna tell you if you've ever been to
Marco, they'll wear them with flip-flop surf trunks out here and a wool hat like that.
I don't.
Like that keeps you warm, like a
And it's
vest.
97
Like saying,
degrees
like
outside.
raging against vests because they don't have arms.
check this out,
Still
dude.
would
Do
work.
you guys remember that guy, the Night Stalker, Richard Ramirez, and old days? And
Oh, from the 80s, right?
Good friend of yours, Edge?
well, the reason he was so successful at fucking killing people
Because they gave him a gun when he was a baby.
is because their houses were like I've been in California when I was 19, and like as soon as the sun drops and you're by the ocean, it's so fucking cool that you start covering up. With a lot of people keep their windows open, and it like it literally gets to the point where we put a fucking cover up with like a blanket in your living room because you have the windows open, and it was 80 or 90 degrees or 85 that day. And it cools down to like 71 or 68 at night.
But if anything, all right. So like, I'd rather release. I guess I'm saying, fucking. I'd rather wear like 3 T-shirts and no hat than fucking wear like a wife beater and a knit hat. I can't wear a knit hat if it's not that cold. I can't do it.
Well, you're just not used to it or whatever, I guess.
Well, I mean, like I fucking never wear hats in the first place. I mean, that's really my problem. But
It's also got to match your shoes.
and it's easier to match shirts with shoes than it is to get a hat that matches your shoes. And if you wear like 2 layers, you can hit like a double color combo to match.
Double color combo. Look at the flip of that wrist. Look at the
It's called layering, Dano.
It's called look at the flip of that
Smith
wrist.
& Wesson is introducing new fake carbon fiber M&Ps for SHOT Show.
Oh, they're gonna do the carbon M&P. They're gonna do the carbon M&P.
Fake carbon
Bad.
fiber.
Let's see this.
They're disgusting.
It's in Gun Jam.
Look at that
It's
wrist.
in the window.
Is it food carbon?
They're
Oh, it's fake. Yeah, because real
Boo-boo
carbon fiber
carbon.
is super expensive, dude.
Dano, it's boo-boo carbon.
There you go.
It's
I
not
don't
boo-boo
think
carbon.
real
Bobo.
carbon fiber would work in a firearm anyway, right? It's good for like one direction, but it shears going the other direction, right? You have more than one force angle going in on a firearm.
No, they're making fucking rims out of carbon fiber.
Yeah, but if
Yeah.
you were making
Rims
something,
are only in a certain, I'm saying the force is only applied in one direction. I'm just thinking of gun is not
Yeah, but if-
something that's in a device that only takes force from one angle.
if you were making a gun frame, the thickness that you would need, you would use at least 3 layers and put them at different angles to take care of that, and then you put the resin on and you vacuum impregnate them, because that's not something you just make a single layer shell out of. You have to make a laminate.
It'd be super expensive, right? Versus,
Oh, yeah.
That's
You
what I
guys,
thought.
you guys want to hear a funny story? So check this
No.
out, right?
No.
So I bought my first gun.
Is this going to involve a
Last
gun?
month.
Did you give the gun to a baby?
Yeah. Was
I-
it a gun with it loaded?
I've given 2 airsoft guns to toddlers. Holla at me. Who's cooler than that? Who's the coolest gift giver out here for little kids? Holla at me.
I want to know, was the gun belt involved?
No, and one of them, their dad gave him a holster, and for my goddaughter, I had to get her like a. I was gonna ask G-Webs if he had like any more like $3 holsters left, but yeah. So all right, so check this out. So I bought my
Couldn't
first
get 'em
gun,
for
right?
sure.
I bought my first gun. I had some money saved up. I went to the range and I was like, oh shit, I have to go buy a gun. So within like 10 days, I went out and bought a gun. And then Maryland has this law where you can't get a registered gun, which included AKs and ARs at the time, for another 30 days. So I went shooting to the range after I got my gun. I went shooting twice in like a week. And I was like, oh shit, I'm going to buy an AR, like as soon as I can. So I went to the gun shop and they're like, no, you have to wait 30 days. I'm like, fuck, right? This is like 10 days into my last. Actually, it was only like 4 days into my last purchase because I had to wait 7 days before I got my gun. So it's really like 37 days before you can get your second gun. So whatever. And then I went shooting, and I went shooting twice. I went shooting for another time, and I happened to stop by a casino with the chick, and we got super lucky. And we hit a hot streak in like 2.5 hours and came out like $2,200 up. And so I broke her off like $500. I actually bought her like a brand new iPhone 4 at the time. And took the other $1,700, and that's what I bought my AR. But the funny point was that in between all that, I was really this close because I was like, so while I had to wait, I had some money saved up, and I saw a Carbon Bushmaster for like $400 on like a Black Friday that was coming up, and I was gonna buy it. I was this close. If it wasn't for that extreme lucky lottery pickup, I'd probably have a Carbon. It'd probably be broken, but I would have bought a Carbon 15. Funny shit, right?
Ew.
Funny shit. That's funny how the world works, right? I'd be that Bama right now.
That's real carbon, though. That's not carbon fiber.
What the craziest?
Corboni.
Carbonian.
Corbone. What is it? It's not carbon. Is it carbon 15?
It's Carbonian.
Yeah, the carbon 15.
Carbon 15.
Yeah, so if it wasn't for that lottery pickup, I'd be a super Bama right now. I don't know what I'd be doing right now.
Hey, Marco, did you see that post I tagged you in on Instagram, Starlito?
I saw you tagging me something. I can't remember what it was now. I know I looked at it.
He's a real program rapper, though. He's like a real program rapper.
Oh yeah.
Where's
he from?
Like he's a legit like super program like rapper and shit from Tennessee. And then he's like one of the best rappers out right now. Talking about. Did you know Kevin?
What sound was that? That's the funny sound.
Huh?
Do. Someone just had the crazy sound go off.
I don't know. Yeah, what y'all know about this right here? What y'all know about this? What y'all know about that? Look at that perfect tights. What? That's called experience right there, motherfucker.
Look, you holding my dick in your hands, brown.
Yeah,
think about that color.
Did your military t-shirt roll up?
Boy, that Ranger robe, baby.
Yeah. Well, I actually forgot how to do all that shit.
Huh?
I used to know how to do all that shit, and I've forgotten all about it.
Man, it's just like super easy. Let me tell you.
Hey,
Well,
Gert,
I
but
know because I used to be able to do it. I'm just saying I can't do it now.
I'm about to black Kirk out.
What is Kirk doing?
Look, cross shot, baby, cross shot. But let me show you.
I can't see it, so I'm good. In the words of Stone Guy, let me turn my camera on so I can see. Whatever that means.
Great, young. You're a beast.
And you take the bottom and fold it up like that. Nothing has to be perfect, right? Fold it over. And get it tight.
I've never done any of this.
This is like the Obama army.
This is ugly right here, but it's gonna
This is
come out.
what they're training these guys to do now.
You rolled up your
I
shirt.
have to see the fold over technique. I don't see
The fold
the
is what
whole point.
ends
Yeah,
it
that's
all
the whole
together
point.
at the end.
And he didn't show any of it. He didn't fucking show it. He had to show it
bro.
frame.
Looking at his
I
sock.
can see it. Hold up. Alright, let me screw that shit.
Dogs, I know how to roll up a fucking t-shirt, right?
No, you don't. I'm showing Dano. So take that motherfucker, fold up the bottom, like that. See how it's up?
Alright, so you make a lip on the bottom.
Yeah.
Cuff on the
Right. Yeah, cuff, whatever you want to call
Cuff or lip, yeah.
it. Alright.
My bad, seamstress.
Then you take your motherfucking shirt, fold it in, one side, fold it over, start your roll, make it tight.
Oh, so it's a diagonal fold over from. Alright, that was kind
So
of.
that would be a teacuff. What's a
You take it-
modified teacuff?
That was diagonal.
And it's like that, you just take it and roll that over inside.
None of you guys know about that, what I just put inside there.
And just pull it in there tight, work it in.
What you know about the modified hoagie grip?
Work it in
I
there.
don't remember now what the fuck we did with our t-shirts, but I'm sure it wasn't rolling it up like that. I've never done that before.
Dogs, hang on.
I think we didn't.
Yo,
I
this
think we
is like
just
the
rolled
way-
our shit up though.
If you
I don't know. I just thought of something. This is
like,
urgent
this is
breaking news.
like Space Saver. Like if you
Breaking
earn,
news. Oh, hey,
No,
time
I
out,
can
time
see
out.
that. I think
Breaking
we did roll
news.
them. We just didn't do it that way.
This is
Breaking news. Breaking news.
Here it comes, man. Breaking news. I just found this out. Repeal gun laws is having a meeting tonight at 2 o'clock in the morning. Everyone's invited.
Really?
Eastern?
No, I was going to say
Eastern?
that, 2 o'clock in the morning Eastern. It's going to be 5 minutes. No, I was just fucking around. No, I was going to say, though, any two-handed grip is just it's a modified single-handed grip.
Are we going
Modified
backwards in time?
I'm sorry. Oh, I'm bad. My bad.
That's a crazy video, Moon. I've never seen that before.
Dogs, I've seen shit like that. Have you seen the super fast way take off your shirt if you're about to fuck maneuver?
No.
oh yeah, like this.
Just rip it off.
Yeah.
Like the Hulk Hogan.
No, you just
Nice.
come up on one side. So so exactly what Gert just did. You just pull over from one side. So
You gotta pull out and
yeah.
you bring it over like that.
Dog,
Oh,
when you
I'm
about
sure
to
I've
fuck,
done
that
that.
shit is super fast. That shit when you about to fuck, that shit works. I always remember that like doing like that maneuver is like the brawl.
What she said? Man, she sounded like Young Thug. That's what she said. Oh yeah,
I thought it was Dej Loaf with
He folds it in
fucking
half.
try me. You
Grab
wanna
it.
try me?
And then you gonna try.
Yeah. What was I gonna say? You know, I'm a
Sound like
shirt
you
on
had Shy
guy.
Glizzy on your phone.
Yeah, try me.
At my funeral.
Wow, Gert kind of looked
Hey,
like
that's
Dej
my favorite
Loaf's
joke off
brother,
the-
man.
It's funny, corny, and chingy. It's so chingy.
Huh?
It's so chingy, young.
What the fuck is Chingy?
So G-Webs, you never had to roll up your
It's
socks.
gingerly, young. That shit is
Underwear
gingerly
trying
as
to
shit.
up.
I'm trying to remember. We must have rolled it, but I don't remember it being in a special way. I don't remember folding my shirt like that for sure. But you had to have it like in your drawer. They gave you so much room, right? But I don't think they gave a shit how we rolled them up necessarily.
And then the socks are like the same way.
Yeah, we didn't have our drawer open. It was called the inspection drawer. And it was open at all times.
Inspection drawer? Shit.
Was this before or after you twisted it up and whipped other dudes' asses with it?
But let me ask you guys, like, were you, like, was the reserves like a bit? So, like, I probably run into, I could probably run into more reservists nowadays.
Snap.
I mean, like, were there as many reservists as there? I don't know,
Yes,
like
there's
in the
always
80s?
been a lot of reservists. Always
But this is the
more
thing.
cost effective, and it's
A
more.
lot of reservists, more than usual, is because when you get off active, a lot of people do reserve time to finish out their.
I feel you. And like they hit their 20 through reserves.
They
Yeah,
keep
so everybody,
possible.
like a lot of people, if like all contracts are 8 years, all right, period. Your contract is 8 years, period.
Right.
And you can get it broken down into how you want it. The minimum.
Back in the
active-
day, if you were
No, but most motherfuckers get out after
2 years
4, though.
active and
That's
6
what I'm
years of reserve, dude.
Okay.
Because they needed people in infantry.
No, because like my perception of like a contract, like you know what I'm saying, like that I ever knew about the military was either 4 years in or it was like 8 years.
That's how most people are.
No, this is how it works out. Every contract is 8 years, period. No ifs, ands, or buts about it. 8 fucking years, right? So yeah, so this how
But
it
you
breaks
never
down.
are in that long.
You do a certain amount of time active. The minimum is 3 years. So you do 3 years active. Your last 5 years can be what's called IR, inactive reserve, or your last 5 years can be reserve, or your last 5 years can be 3
So you're
years.
active reserve or you're in? You're inactive.
Yeah, there's different types of reserve. When you're active
Okay.
reserve, that means you
Inactive
still drill
reserve-
and you do stuff. And then there's IRR, just means they can call you back. Like what happened to fucking Good Guy. Like you're just minding your own business, and they're like, hey, guess what? We need more of you, and we don't want to train new kids,
Right.
so come here.
There's no weekend drills. There's no
What
once.
happened to Good Guy? Really?
Inactive just
Yeah,
means
he was in, he got out, and then they're like, nope, you're coming back. That's when he hurt his back. The second time he was in.
inactive reserve just means that you're out, but you're still under contract, so they can call you back. Still in your contract. So that's how it works out.
But
So
he's the only guy I knew of back in the day. There was nobody ever called up from IRR ever until like I don't know when, but I didn't even know that was a possibility until I started talking to people who got called up.
Yeah, they call your ass up, you motherfucking kid.
That's like after World War II. Like half the fucking male population was probably on IRR or whatever it would be called back then.
Right.
Just in case.
Hey man, they call you the fuck up. I don't care. I don't give no fucks about your life. That's why I can be on IRR right now. Like I did my 6, and like my last 2, I can do.
You know what's
IRR.
really all right? Like, all right. Hey, Gert, like you seen like the new American Sniper movie?
No, I haven't yet.
All right. Well, without giving any major parts away, like you know what was like always been the most shocking part.
There's nothing to give away. It's not the book, dude.
Okay, well, totally. But the most shocking thing to me about just about the movie and what I took in about military life is you could actually not be there for the birth of your child, and I can't think of any other job that would physically prevent you from being able to do that.
Working on an oil rig.
A lot of times, though.
Yeah, but then even at that point, you have the free choice to fly home. Like you know, like if you
not from an oil rig,
don't.
not from certain traveling places.
If you live like on the coast,
There's people that are on shift and can't get off a shift. You know, their kids in the same town and they can't get over there. So that's not.
Yeah, but that's such a small portion of the population. The military.
It's not a small portion.
Yes,
Come on.
Yes.
There are probably. I don't know anything, but I'm gonna suggest there's at least 50-50 of the time dads aren't there to see the kid get born. That's not this. In the whole world.
Or at least have the free choice, or no, put this that actually have the free physical ability choice to be there for that. You know what I'm saying?
This is the thing, Marco. You should know.
You can plan that ahead. Like, even if you're an oil rig driller, you'd be like, look, I need these 2 weeks off because that's my chick's birth due date, and I'm gonna be there for that shit. So I'm gonna leave a week early. Or maybe like 10 days early, maybe spend 3 days after it's born. And my plan.
Obama should make this a law. Like this should be Obama time.
Come back because they already got somebody else working your job while you're gone. You're fired.
But look, this is the thing.
But I can't think of I can't think of that many jobs that prevent you from being able to do that.
What about one of the boats where they
go
catch
to Europe? Because they let you do that shit in Europe in their socialist system. You get all the time off for birthing that you want.
I'm not talking about time off. I'm just talking about like the ability to take. Put like this: if you're in Iraq and your wife's birthday is while you're in Iraq, even if you're in an oil rig and it's 9 months away and your wife calls you, you can from an oil rig you can plan this shit, right?
Paternity
if I'm in
leave.
Iraq, I can't.
Can you put this another way?
Marco, listen, everybody.
Let me put it to you like this.
You can. A lot of times they do let you go home to see your child get born. When you're deployed, you don't have to stay over there all the time. You get 2 weeks of R&R. You get 2 weeks like vacation time, even while you're deployed. So they swap people out to take the time. You don't have to take your time.
So you can call that though. But my question is, can you call that though? Can you call that like 6 months ahead of time? Can you request that? Can you request that like 6 months ahead of time?
Dude, you can't even choose when your baby's going to be born.
You have to. You have to request that.
No, you can't. But like, I mean, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, your wife will hit you up on the phone, and be like, you remember last time you were here? You fucking impregnated me, and in like 6.5 months, I'm gonna have a baby. What you do?
Fucking sick of hearing that.
Hold on. Let me explain how it works. And if she called you and told you that, you can say, hey, Commander, hey, first off, whatever. I need to put in my R&R. I'm having a baby.
Okay. I didn't.
Or if it happens suddenly, you can be on the fucking next flight, the next fucking day, next couple days. They let you take your time like that. Like, it can happen. It's not like, yeah.
Okay.
I mean, with him, it's probably different, but he still could probably go home if he really wanted to go home.
He wanted to be there. He wanted to be there. I mean, like, from what the camera made it seem, it was like he needed that fix.
Right. Yeah, because he did go. He did go. He went home. Yeah, the baby born.
The movie made it seem like he got a fix, and until he popped that cherry, he wasn't going home.
Killing people, you mean?
No, not from killing people, from killing his target.
I mean.
See, I don't. Did you? You didn't read the book, obviously. I don't think the movie did the book justice. It was a bad movie, I think.
Really?
I'm sorry to say, because didn't Clint Eastwood make it? I would want him to make good movies.
Book Aside was the movie.
Okay, just the movie itself makes it seem like Army guys can do whatever the fuck they want, whenever they feel like it, and that they're all...
He's a SEAL, though.
I don't care. Nobody gets to just go, I'm going to grab a rifle and go shoot people because I'm mad today. You don't do that shit. That doesn't happen.
It's not a hobby.
Like 20 minutes of it.
Yeah, exactly. Like, hey, how'd you do today? Like, I went out, strolling and just murdering people or whatever.
I had some beers and then I went and killed somebody.
Right, but this the thing about it. The thing I hear, and I've heard that a lot, G-Rez, but think about that. If you put how it really fucking is in a movie, the movie's gonna be boring as fuck because most of the time.
Well, I hear you.
But
But it wouldn't be boring though, because that's the thing that frustrates me. Is when I read the book finally, because it took me a long time. The book's been out for a long time. I finally read it or whatever, and I listened to the unabridged one, so I've heard it. But anyway, after I finally read the book, I was like, wow, now I see why people like it, because it's about a guy who's in a unique position in the world, being the top sniper right now.
I did get that impression.
But it's interesting because it's about just him and his relationship with the country, as far as his individual felt obligation to the country, and his relationship with his family to some extent, is dad and mom kind of family, and then also the relationship to his wife and his kids, and again his obligation to his brothers, his comrades, compared to his family. And the book is more about his internal deliberations between does it go God, country, family, and his wife wanted it to go God, family, country. And that's the whole thing, and that's why it's such an interesting book, because it was set in the war, and it had war stuff in it, but it was much more about just him being a regular person having to deal with the celebrity, if you want to call that. But it wasn't all about the pulling triggers or nothing. And the movie turned it into a fucking action movie, and and if you take the book away, I would have much rather seen a movie that did a service to soldiers, as far as they're not just, some of them probably are just robots, but most of us are not just robots. We're regular humans, and we got to turn things on and turn things off, and coming home and dealing with it. And the book is about all that stuff, and the movie really ain't.
Well, you got to realize compressing 8 years into 2 hours and 10 minutes worth of movie. Let's just get real. Into that, you got to show everything and anything. I don't think they did the book. I haven't read the book, but I can say they didn't do the book justice. But to compress anyone's that status of life, and like you said, because imagine walking around.
Well, if they just wanted to do a movie about his exploits, they could have done that better too, I think. But they didn't. So they didn't. They failed on both.
Walked up to you and called you legend, in ridiculous places, and even the most operator fucker walks up to you in a tire shop and says, "Dude, you're the legend." Come on, you're the legend. That's some pretty tough shit. And you can't even compress.
No, that's the thing. They made him seem like a pansy. He wasn't. The book wasn't even about that, man. The book was not about that. It was about him being totally comfortable with the fact that he was called upon to fill the role of killing bad people. And the movie has him depressed about it and having PTSD because of this. And none of that shit's in the book. The book, he's actually very refreshingly honest about how he can deal with it, and he can turn that shit off, and that there's other things, he talks about his friend who's blind and stuff, and they kind of gloss over.
So the whole dog attack thing didn't happen in the book?
No, I don't remember that. Do you guys?
You remember the dog attack?
No,
not in the book. No. There was none of that shit.
Okay, yeah.
They were trying to do something, but it was all they're really doing is the same old fucking narrative that military guys are gorillas and they're fucking, they have to stop killing everybody when they come on. Really brought it down to the lowest common denominator and made it bullshit.
You was right. Yeah, the book is kind of showing him how he takes this and, hey, this is my job. You know what I mean? That's how he sees it. This is my job. That's it. You know what I mean?
Somebody had to do it, and he's good at it, so I'm going to do it, and I'm going to do it good, so nobody else has to do it.
Yeah, I definitely got the sense of PTSD that, my bad. Hold on, Gert. Just let me say this. I got the sense that he got the PTSD that he couldn't shut off, that would creep up on him and make his home life shit, and the whole dog attack really enforced that. So.
No, that's fucking bullshit. That's fucking Christmas decorations. He didn't.
He talked about waking up at night in cold sweats and shit like that in the book. He did talk about shit like that.
Who wouldn't?
But not in an emo way. The book makes it seem like he's stricken with it or something, or that it's a major facet of the book, and it's really not.
Okay.
Well, one other thing is his wife is kind of in control of his estate and stuff, and had something to do with this movie too. So maybe the
family drama is true.
I'm just saying maybe the PTSD stuff came from her telling Clint Eastwood, like, well, when he came home, he would just stare at the fucking TV and shit. Like who knows?
Yeah,
Exactly.
like
Could be, because it definitely
had a
wasn't
couple
the
death
book, and it
stares.
went way past the book. So there was definitely
Think,
other
all right, well,
influences.
G-Web, think about it. Like, if you're from, all right, so you were like the kid of the Vietnam era, right?
Yes.
Okay, so the like, I know a couple people like that went to Vietnam, and I would say I've seen a couple people like with like the dead stare, like for real, like off some legit shit, like
Right.
just sitting there chilling like at a barbecue, and like you'll see them in a dead stare, and they're not drunk, they're not like mollying or anything. That's a legitimate dead stare. I've seen people have the dead stare. That exact bullshit of like him watching TV and the TV's off.
Hold on. I'm not saying there ain't PTSD, and I'm not saying there's anything like that. I'm just saying the book ain't about that. And the movie doesn't really address it. The movie just perpetrates the same old fucking stereotypes about it, which I guess is better than not addressing it, I guess. But I'm just saying it would have been more refreshing if they would have either, one, not even bothered to cram it in there because it wasn't necessary, or two, if you're going to address it for real.
As not him.
I just mean for real. It just, they're not doing anybody any help, I don't think, by just saying, oh, guys come back and they have nightmares or whatever. Like, do something about it. Like, get people, create a call to action in the movie. You're going to really make a big deal about it.
What I really hate
22
is
fucking vets commit suicide every day. If they really wanted to get off on, go onto that tangent, then make that a bigger part of the movie and get people mobilized to do something about 22 deaths a day.
I'm gonna tell you this. Like, the one thing I hate about the movie is that the whole movie, and I hate when movies end like this. The whole movie wrap up is in one shot and 2 lines. So like, like his actual death and everything is wrapped up in like 10 seconds.
That was horrible death.
Right.
Horrible. So I was about to turn the thing off. I was like, they better not show this. I do not want to see this. I really didn't even want to.
They did a good job of that.
I think that's the way they needed to end it. Is just end it and not rub on it, because it was just a horrible.
But they could have gave a lot more stats towards the end. They could have said exactly how long his average shot was, how many kills he had. I don't know, maybe like his personal gun collection listing. I would like to see that. Me personally, I would like to see that. You know what I'm saying? Like, don't end it on a screenshot and two lines. Don't give him give the man his stats, because
that's Hollywood.
Yeah, and I think that's when you're saying his wife. I bet you that has something too. I mean, because it wouldn't have been his style to do like all his awards or something, like go out on all his ribbons or whatever. So I'm sure she was trying to do what he would want, and he wouldn't have wanted it to be about him at the end anyway.
I didn't see the movie, but I did read the book.
Okay,
and
you did. You liked it?
Like what Digital is talking about in the book.
The part about the dog in the birthday party. In the movie, they have him come home during one of his like return visits home, and between tours, and there's like a kid's birthday party, and a dog is playing with a kid, and he misinterprets it and runs out there. He's about to, I think, spank the dog or whip it with a belt or something, and his wife calls out. And I don't remember anything. They don't. I mean, maybe I missed it, but I don't remember anything in the book about him battling PTSD. Right? I mean, he was aware of that it existed, and he was like.
I didn't read. I mean, it was probably a year ago that I read the book, because I read it just after it came out, and I don't remember either of those things being in there. Now, he did talk about other vets.
Right, and that's where I'm thinking maybe they're not going to make, because it would have been a long movie if they would have tried to do all these facets, and maybe they were just trying to get the extract of all of that, the essence of it all in something. But I think they just could have not addressed it. Maybe like that.
I mean, but it seems like the moment anything goes from a documentary to an entertainment movie, you're guaranteed not to get the real deal.
Right. It just though the movie is all about him having this like cat and mouse game with another sniper who's like on the Olympic team for the Iraqis or whatever, and I don't remember anything about that.
It's like Mustafa.
Yeah, I never heard about that at all. It doesn't mean it didn't happen. It just wasn't in the book.
Well, exactly. Like I said, they just had to give him an enemy or whatever, an actual person enemy.
Yeah.
I like the fact that they showed him with the disabled vets, at the range, and they could have done a little bit more of that, but they they didn't have enough time.
Well,
That
that was
was
horrible, and it's
civilian life. What was through that.
Helping out the vets,
Yeah.
that were disabled, bringing them out, shooting. Even if, like, right before she closes the door in that scene, he's telling the guy, well, we're going to go out to the range today. It's about a 2.5-hour ride to the range. Like, it wasn't exactly, like, next door. You know what I mean? Like, it was, so he was taking his time.
Yeah, hey, Clint Eastwood showed the struggle right
but
there.
you heard him though.
Yeah,
He was like, maybe we'll talk a bit. I mean, so
He was like,
doing
we
that
can talk on the whole.
intentionally.
Yeah, exactly. It was fucking like crazy, dude. What he was doing with those guys, and it was awesome. Not crazy, but that dude was a total scumbag, and like shot him and stole his truck, and then I don't know what he thought he was gonna do. But
Well, might also been effed up, right? I don't know.
yeah, mental. He was a mental case. But at least it showed some of the good he was doing. Because if it would have ended when he was like, "Honey, I'm coming home. I killed Mustafa," like it would, it would have really been like, "Wow, this is like just a cat and mouse sniper movie that really
I
is
see what you
not
mean. Yeah,
based
then
in
it would have
reality."
definitely been like Navy SEALs or something.
Mm-hmm.
Not to change the subject, but I have a related question on a book. And G-Webs, you had a short video log the other day on The Art of War that you had listened to an audiobook. What was your impression of the audiobook version? Since
Well,
doing The
I've
Art of
heard,
War?
or I've done, or I tried. I think I said in that one. I don't know. I did this a long time ago now, but I've had to listen to at least 5 different versions of Art of War on audio. So this last one was interesting, but it was the guy who was doing it. What the hell was his deal? He was like really weird. I don't know if it was his accent or his like, what do they call it? When like he would pause weird and have like weird sounding words and stuff. So I knew what he was saying,
Delivery
but I
and
was.
slur?
Yeah, delivery maybe. Like I was concentrating so much on trying to understand what the hell he was saying because of how weird he was saying it that, and I don't know if he almost did it deliberately because once I got used to it, like he emphasized things interestingly. So anyway, it was an interesting one, but only because I had just listened to another one, so I was kind of applying them to each other.
Was it the Victor Mayer version?
I don't know. I can look, I guess.
That's supposed to be
Just out of
the
curiosity,
best one.
I like the Lionel Giles version from like 1910. That's like one of the purest. Everybody likes to put their own little spin on it in later ones.
Oh yeah.
And that's the thing. This one, he had talked about it being used for like relationships and lovemaking or whatever, courting chicks. And I was like, oh, that's a new one. I mean, I guess you could do it, but I'd not heard somebody summarize it that way before.
Well, for the guys of you in the chat that have actually either listened to or read The Art of War, what version did you like, if you liked any of them?
I like the Tupac Shakur version. It's pretty good.
I only read the Victor Mayer one, and it was pretty good. But he kind of cuts into the book and tries to interpret it. Like he's a professor of Chinese language or something like that.
Okay. So there's
pretty good.
I'd have to listen
It's
to
supposed
it,
to be a more accurate, the most accurate or something version of it.
I'd have to listen to it because it doesn't say in the title who the author or who the reader was.
Giles, Giles, if I'm saying it right, Lionel. The other one that's pretty interesting is the one that Harvard uses. It's not like a direct verbatim copy of the book, but they use The Art of War in their business course, and that textbook's floating around here somewhere. It's pretty good if you're into business.
And G-Webs, what was your preferred version? You said you've read or listened to several.
I just had to make a note in there. I honestly don't remember.
Okay.
I'm trying to think.
They made a movie. They made a movie of that book with Wesley Snipes. It's pretty good. You've seen that one, Art of War. It's on Netflix.
Yeah, I just finished. What the hell was it now?
God, the movies y'all talking
about The Art of War?
What?
Was there a question about The Art of War?
What was the best version?
Oh, if you have a particular version that you liked or felt was better.
No, I only read one version. I'm pretty sure it was just an unabridged, regular version.
And then the other ones you have to do is you have to do the Go Renault show, the Book of Five Rings, and there's a way lesser known book that's out there that's awesome. It's called Hagakure, Hagakure. It's the Book of the Samurai.
Hagakure.
What is the Five Rings, dude? It sounds like Lord of the Rings.
Book of Five Rings was written by one of the most famous samurais. It's like the go-to when you want to read about Japanese theology or samurai theology or whatever, and beliefs and structure. It's a very good book.
I believe it was written by the swordsman Miyamoto Musashi around 1645.
Oh, Musashi.
Translations made over the years.
He was famous as a swordsman and a martial artist. The book is nowadays used more for business relationships and business structure and like that kind of thing. It's more applied.
It's like a handbook for corporate raiders.
Yeah, it's pretty awesome. He wrote the last almost the entire book while he lived as a recluse in a cave up in the mountains.
Where like the Art of War is more about battlefield, multiple troops. The Go Renault show is basically you can apply it to any time two people go face to face in any sort of interaction whatsoever. It's like the art of personal conflict.
Yeah, whereas like the Book of Five Rings and Sun Tzu's Art of War or Sun Tzu's Art of War have to be applied to that. They have to be, you have to use it. You have to apply it differently to business than you would to an actual tactic thing. It's the one he's talking about. The Hagakure is more of a direct, like this is how you deal with people in relationships. Right? If I'm not mistaken.
Oh well, dude, Ralph put a link in on YouTube, the Book of the Five Rings, the whole book there.
It's a good book. It's not like you're going to be stealing his copyright because he's been dead for quite a few years.
His great
well, that's the
daughter's
thing.
not going to flip out.
The original books are there, but then even what we consider Sun Tzu Art of War is, I mean, I guess you could probably find some version that's original, but the versions that have translation are compilations of people that have over the centuries or whatever, like added to it and translated it to their thing. So
the translations make no sense whatsoever. Like they absolutely have no bearing and no structure to them when you read them.
The goldfish flows down the mountain or something, and
that's the problem. That. Whenever you're translating any sort of Eastern language to the West, is we just have such an extremely limited vocabulary that it becomes personal interpretation, and you end up needing 47 words just to translate one word, and you're putting your own personal spin in there. That's why
that's why I like listening to so many of them, though, because then you get different, like, people read the same thing and get so much different things out of it.
Oh, absolutely. It depends on the culture you come from when you're translating it, but the actual original documents and words, they're still intact. It's just like you say. I mean, you can get 4,700 different translations.
Keep smoking, Kirk.
Yeah, like bare arms doesn't mean to carry. Never interpret that 46 different ways. Before you come up with it doesn't mean you can have on your person.
But apparently they found a way.
It exists. It does exist. And if we're on Dr. No's logic, then it's inside of 1 of 46.
Oh, G-Webs, when are you going to get Heller back, dude? That was awesome, but...
Oh, dude, that was bad.
Well, I don't think we're getting Pincus because I never got any reply to his email. So, I don't know.
Have you ever?
Have
you attempted to shout out Mossad?
No, I could.
Tell him,
have you guys seen him in a hangout with anybody yet?
No,
never. I think you got to make sure his wife knows what to do with Google. And
but honestly, please, honestly, as much as you hate scripting this, you would have to script it. And even if you didn't script it and just handed out the script to other people to script it, it would have to be scripted. So
what? What are you talking about? With Moss?
Yeah.
No.
As far as the questions coming to him. No.
I guess if you wanted to, you could have a few questions prepared, but Moss is awesome, and he's totally, unless something's happened to him, he's able to carry out a conversation with even the most dim bulb, man. I'm always impressed with how cool he is, and he's calm, and he's not threatened by anybody, so he doesn't, he doesn't react weirdly like some people do. I mean, he's just a really very cool guy. I mean, DB. I mean, I don't know.
Just saying, I'm not saying that. I'm just saying so that therefore, like, you don't. I mean, to ask someone questions for 100. I mean, for an hour.
I know what you mean. Like, I think a good
I wouldn't
set
ask
of
questions. It would just be bullshitting with them, probably. Because if you said, "Hey, what do you think of like the Illinois CCW?" That would turn into 20 minutes potentially.
And I'm not gonna lie, like hearing a personal one-on-one conversation like, even though you guys know you guys are being recorded, like a phone conversation between someone like Gun Websites and Masad Ayub, like whatever they want to talk about,
does he like windbreakers? And maybe if it's like not quite that humid out, maybe just like a vest.
Marco.
And maybe like a hat with those ear things that come down.
You can do an interview with a Nick cap on?
Marco just wants to make sure the question hits the roster. 1 in 7, 1 in 8, or 1 in 9. Discuss.
No. You know what's my real quick? If I can ask, okay, no, fuck no, because he's not a rifle guy. He's more of a handgun guy. So I'm going to ask him a twist question. But my one question for Masad Ayub would be, do you think that guns that have roll pins are antiquated in 2015? That would be my Masad Ayub question.
Yeah, he's a gun guy. I don't think he really has any problem with any gun.
Exactly.
I haven't heard him just sit around bitching about guns or anything.
But if you were to ask him about a specific process used in a lot of guns, would you not rather go for a gun that does not have a roll pin? I think that's good advice to hear from someone like Masad Ayub. I think that's a golden question.
So instead of having them on for like every second matters and talk about like making some real changes and getting some things accomplished,
I want to talk about 2 penny parts. That's what I want to talk about.
If you can get him on, that would be awesome. Tell him there's a bunch of
great voice.
Me and Dr. No are alumni, so I think we should be invited. Me and No.
Keep me
Marco
out of it.
and Dirk and Dano should go. Dano and Cork are going to take his class this year, so they should be there.
Oh yeah, Dano, did you say you were going to do that, or you're attempting?
Or not?
I'm attempting to do that, and I've got some unfortunately some very expensive dental work that might fuck it up, but I hope not.
Yeah. Dental work has fucked me up in the past. I ain't gonna lie.
It's over $1,000 a tooth.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not so much the expense of the class and the hotel room, it's the cost of the fucking teeth.
Look at that wrist. Look at the flick of that wrist. Catch him, play. Catch him, play.
So I got a question for G-Webs. It's a little bit much to type. I was just watching your video on your bag that you just did that you carry around, and I noticed you had one of those black adventure trauma packs. I was wondering if you'd had a chance to break into one and see how they were, what the stuff inside was like.
The Adventure Medical Trauma Pack? I think we busted one of those open.
It's like the little black
paid
one.
$25 for it. Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
I'm just trying to remember because I've been carrying that for like 2 years now, I think.
I've been wanting.
I'm pretty sure we busted one open though, and we were all like, "Okay, this is legit," and then we all bought them and stuck them in there.
Okay. See, that's kind of what I figured. That's why I asked. I've been wanting to buy one, but I haven't found any pictures of them open yet. I haven't really looked, but.
I could open mine, but I ain't gonna because it's still sealed.
Oh yeah, definitely.
But I'll ask the store where I got it. They may have kept the. I'm sure they kept the one. In fact, now that I'm thinking about it, we may have busted it open and then put it like in the store's trauma kit, just as like extras. So I doubt anybody's taking it out of there. If it's still there, I'll go get it, or go there and make a video of it or whatever and show you. Sweet. But Adventure Medical's legit. I mean, they.
Okay.
I've only ever been like. Their prices are a little bit high sometimes, but otherwise their stuff is always primo.
Okay, cool. Good to know. Thank you.
I don't know, but I'll find out from local stores what I can get you for nothing or whatever.
I just bought a little pocket-sized trauma kit. It's got like a tourniquet and a little bit of gauze and some duct tape and gloves and stuff. And I think it's got a nasal. I could be wrong though. But I'm starting to get a couple of those together. I've only got a few. I've only got like 2 right now, so I want to get a few more.
What's driving me nuts is the damn gloves. I'm not kind of sure I'm going to keep putting gloves in my shit. I know it's probably not the best thing, but they keep getting dry rotted down here, and they always fall out. So like I guess my theory is you need them, you're going to need them first, right? So you have them so they basically fall out as you're grabbing something. You know, you've got them right away. You don't have to go dig for them. Then I have extras that you have to dig for. But both the ones that fall out all the time, which just get damaged from being fallen out and getting dirty or whatever, and then rock gets in there somehow, and then they're ripped. Anyway, they dry rot, and then the ones I keep as reserves get dry rotted out too. It seems like in about a year or so.
You keep them in Ziploc bags, or?
I've tried, not necessarily intentionally, but just had different things, and gotten kits that are older and newer and stuff, and just think of it. Because even if you think it's going to work, you waste time putting it on and then finding out it's dry rotted until the fingers come off or your palm opens up.
Yeah.
And it's not like I've got a tiny little hand that barely fits in there. It's going to stretch the damn glove no matter what. So I'm thinking, what do I care? I mean, I guess it'd be nice to have some. Like I say, I'm going to keep them, but I'm going to pay less attention to having them on.
The other aspect is, although they're clean, they're not sterile, and that's an important difference.
Well, no, they're not for the patient. They're just for you not to get AIDS and stuff off the guy. And I'm like, I don't even know anybody that's got AIDS, I don't think, so I don't know if I'm going to get anything off of somebody. And if I'm saving their life, I don't mind getting whatever weird shit they buy.
That's what I've been trying to get in. That's my thing, is at this point in my life, if I'm working on somebody where I would need gloves, I'm not worried about what I'm catching from them. I'm worried about getting.
I want to make sure they don't die, right?
Exactly.
So I have them in my big kits with like my surgical equipment and shit like that, like my big kits, like double bags and stuff. But I don't have them. I have them in one of my small carry-around kits. And then I have like the big black nitrile ones for working on the car, and like I have good ones for other stuff.
Well, I'm pissed they don't make us some tan ones already. Like, what the hell?
Black stuff's cooler.
No, black is bad. You can't see blood, and at night it's even tougher. So
I
they're
actually
cool
like
looking,
tan.
but you need something you can see blood on.
I like my gear to be tan so I can paint it. It's easier to paint it different, darker colors.
I just figure tan. It's not going to bother really anybody because it's better than white. It doesn't, it wouldn't, especially if they kill the UV or whatever, it wouldn't like stand out under black light or something. And then still be valuable for the things you need it for.
And I was also told that most things that are going to really give you AIDS or whatever that you're going to get from the blood is going to stab you anyway. Like you're going to be stabbed on a piece of bone, or it's going to go right through the glove. That's
exactly. The thing that's going to get you is going to get you. It isn't going to just seep through your fingernails or something.
And that's what I mean by clean versus sterile, is they're really not doing as much as one would think.
Exactly. So they are, and it's not. You can compress them down, but not all that much. I mean, I've gotten them into little earbud containers before, but that's still pretty big for what they are. A disposable one-use item. I'd rather have a roll of duct tape that size. I didn't mean to divert the chat over to medical. It's just something I've been going at the last couple days.
And then it's also, that much less time that you're doing what I'll call prep work rather than stopping the bleeding work.
Yeah, exactly. And that's the other thing. If you're going to jump right in because you have to anyway, then what are you going to go put gloves on afterwards? You're already bloody. So it just seemed redundant.
If the one or two things I could see them being useful for is not a medical kit thing, it's like an EDC thing. So, like maybe if you're dealing with some kind of chemical or not being able to get wet, want to keep your hands dry while you still get into a wet spot,
right?
Sort of thing. But that's minimal. I mean that.
Or a first aid thing where it's not life or death. It's just a boo boo, and you want to make sure it doesn't get infected. So
that's true.
You can take your time.
Yeah, and your hands are like full of crap, and instead of trying to wash your hands, you just put on a pair of gloves, and now you can do whatever you need to do.
Whether it's your toe or somebody else's toe.
I used to carry around 59 items or 56 items for first aid. Most of them were small bandages and stuff, but nowadays it's 5 or 6 at the most. It's about the same size too, but the 5 or 6 items I have are much more valuable. I've learned.
So what happened in France today? Anything good?
Apparently, gun control's not working.
Cheese and wine.
Is Edge in here?
Baguettes. Who?
I think so.
No, he's not. He's got that fucking mute thing on. He's not listening. He just sent me a new logo, but still won't cut.
Hey, Dano.
Yes, Mr. Popular.
All right. So, you know how you've been kind of craving to get a smartphone just so you can, like, I don't know, like have a different device to either YouTube or possibly maybe even Instagram off of?
Right.
Haven't you looked into like a touch? Maybe it costs you like $100 and you just have it around your house because that's what you really want to have it for, and you keep your old geriatric flip phone?
Well, Wednesday I'm traveling by my brother, so I should look at one that might work and one that's three versions old. So we'll see.
Well, I'm just saying, like, if you choose to give up like your whole life, like for a phone that's a combination of the two, you can always buy the separate, which is just like, you know, like the now it's called Touch or whatever, which is like the iPhone no phone. You know what I'm saying?
Right. I have one.
Have that. Oh, really?
Yes.
And you still don't Instagram? And you still don't use that to record video?
I have a camera to record videos, and I have a camera to do digital photography.
But, alright, so everything that you're looking for out of a phone, that everything you had questions about was video quality and all that, blah, 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 blah. You have that already in an iDevice.
Well, my iDevice was like the first generation of it.
Okay, alright.
So it's old, and it also didn't take video at the time.
Okay, so you can get like a new one like at a pawn shop for like $80.
Right. Or I can try to see if I can get one of my brother's older ones to work for free.
That's true. That's true. I mean, I don't know. I mean, like,
I'm gonna try the free route, and then
because you asked about the phone, I mean, like the phone is a lot more convenient because it's all in one.
Absolutely.
But
I agree with you. The all-in-one thing. It's just it's the every month additional cost thing.
I feel you. But then at that point, I mean, you're either gonna pay it or you're not, and if you're not gonna pay it, then why get the phone that does that? At that point, you probably save a lot more money by not getting the phone. I don't know how much you're getting the phone for because it's through family.
Nothing.
You said. Okay.
Free.
Well. Okay.
I mean, and if it doesn't work for me, I'll just give it back to him.
I feel you.
So.
I didn't
try
know.
to figure out if it doesn't work.
I didn't know you were getting the phone for free.
Yeah. Yeah. My family usually doesn't charge me for used electronics that they're not using.
Well, yeah.
Shit, my family does. You can't get no black person for free. Want some goddamn money for it.
Or at least a meal or a bottle, something.
I mean, if it's a car, it would be different, but it's not. It's just,
Shit.
It's an obsolete piece of electronic technology that still happens to function.
Yeah, and the iPhone 4 is about as good as like the first iPhone or like the iTouch.
Yeah, I got an iPad. I don't know. I found an iPad the other day. I got me a brand new iPad. It's not brand new. It's an older one.
Come on, the early iPads are some, yeah. The early iPads are like iPhone 4s.
Right. What's an iPod? I got an iPad.
The iPhone 5 regular and C camera isn't even that good. The iPhone S camera blows the iPhone 5C and 5 and 4S camera out of the water.
Which iPhone?
The iPhone 5S is a big step up from the 5, 5C, and 4S.
Blows all that shit away, man. Like the pictures are
That's
ridiculous.
true.
My pictures that I put on Instagram that's like super fucking clear, they come from my iPad.
But the iPhone 6 is about as clear as that. So.
Oh yeah, the 6 and 6 Plus are like the clearest things out. They're the best. Even the iPads can't touch those.
Hey, so what was that old shit DB was trying to talk about earlier? DB, what was that old ass topic you tried to bring up earlier?
The fifth gun rule, the fifth gun safety
Oh,
rule.
you want to talk about that? You
I
want
don't
to
know
talk
what
about
you're talking about. What are you talking about?
All right.
I don't know what you're talking
All right, I have to talk to you. I have to talk to you about that some other day because I got a lot of shit to dig into you about that. I can't.
Yeah, I bet.
What the fuck is the fifth gun? Oh, okay, I got it. All right, I remember now.
The
fifth gun rule. Put it this: the fifth gun rule matters. Put it this: I'm gonna tell you what the fifth gun rule is. If I throw you a gun with an open slide, a handgun, with an open slide, and I just throw it at you and it has no mag in it, you don't got nothing to worry about.
Yeah,
you don't got nothing. If I just throw it at you, just chuck it at you, and I throw it in the open slide motion with no magazine in it, you ain't got nothing to worry about, bro.
It's a fucking heavy ass piece of whatever it is made out of.
That's what a toddler would do to you with an unloaded gun.
No, I don't know.
That's my fifth rule.
I'd rather talk about GS. I thought GS was going to get Masada Ayub to talk to us about it.
I understand the fucking, what are they called? The 4 firearm safety rules, whatever. Cool, but we're grown ass fucking adults. There's a time when guns are fucking unloaded, right?
Okay.
It's cool.
That's funny.
Yeah, I'm just saying
we're grown ass men, so let's forget about the 4 safety rules.
To treat them like they're always.
No, because I've already gone through 1 and 3, and I'm fucking
other people fearfulness is concerned and shit. But there comes a point in time where yes, this gun is fucking unloaded. You know what I mean?
Not with the muzzle. Muzzle's always pointed in the safe direction. I would never take that chance.
Is that when you put your finger on the trigger and start pointing it at things you don't want to shoot?
Have you never dry fired?
I'm not saying.
Have you never dry fired? Have you never dry? All right, so
yes, into a big, huge log of oak that will take a bullet.
In the safe direction.
Right, well, put this. All right, so once again, if I chuck you a gun with the slide open, if I chuck it towards you, it's an unloaded gun. And then when you decide to pick it up off the floor after I chucked it on you, if
you know how many
decide to pick
people
it up, then it's your
the
responsibility
last
to
thing
make sure
a
it's
lot of
open.
people the last words a lot of people have ever heard before their head blew off was, "Don't worry, this gun's not loaded."
Yeah, exactly.
It's
Because
just-
if you're
it's
just
just-
giving out free
a lot
guns,
of
if you're
people-
throwing
This gun
free
has been
guns,
loaded.
go ahead.
A lot of people that have been shot in anti-gun states have heard, oh, you don't need a concealed carry permit.
But look, but it's a thing though. I mean, like, okay, what I'm saying is that firearm safety rules aside, it's cool to play by those rules. That's great. You should absolutely fucking do that, right? But guns, there's a point in time where their gun is actually unloaded. You know what I mean? You know it's fucking unloaded. Like, I'm not saying do anything fucking stupid. I'm not saying break the safety rules or whatever, do anything stupid like pointing at people or dumb shit like that. But I'm just saying, like, the gun is fucking. You can't do anything with it, but
Can someone look this up, because I just heard that.
If you
I
have
just
the
heard
mindset
that.
my gun's unloaded, that can lead to danger.
No, I'm not.
Hey,
I'm
hold
not.
on, no, hold on, no, hold on. Did you see the video that I posted earlier? Did you see the video that I posted earlier?
A point where the gun's
I'm gonna-
unloaded. You know what I mean?
So wait, I just heard that guy got arrested. The parent of the kid in the video with the Sigma
And that's
has been
fine.
arrested.
In
Has
what
been
state?
arrested.
In what
What does
state?
that
In
have
what
to do-
state?
For
I don't
that
know what
same
state it was.
incident?
For
or
that video, yes, for that video.
In what state? Do we
So
know
that's
what
a
state?
punishable
state it is.
crime.
Probably Maryland or New York.
I have no idea, but dude.
That's neither here nor there, though. I mean, like.
TV,
I
do
mean,
you
I don't
really
know
want to
what-
live in
why
a
they
country
got
where you
arrested.
can't give an
It's
innocent
not here,
baby
but
a
it's
gun
there.
and then videotape it and put it on hip hop?
Right, I don't think it's an arrestable offense, but I do think he's a fucking idiot. But that's fine. You
Well,
can't
yeah,
arrest somebody
I
for being an
agree.
idiot.
Somebody's an idiot. That guy's a dummy, and
Yes.
there's no reason to go around instigating people. I'm just not about to, cause a law against it.
Not controlling his fucking life, because that's what he wanted
Child
to
endangerment?
do. His dumbass.
Is it child endangerment? That's like saying it's child endangerment to put him behind the seat of a non-moving vehicle,
Right. Yeah, right. There comes a point in
or
time.
setting a baby on a motorcycle. Was that dangerous? I mean, I guess the motorcycle could have fallen over. But
All right, well,
If
put it
there's
this.
no
I
law
would-
against it, are we allowed to punish them still when they do stupid shit like
There you
that?
go.
I mean, no, unless you're gonna physically.
But all I'm saying is that then at that
Well,
point,
if they hurt the baby, that's
you are
a
literally
against hurt
the
baby.
baby.
Exactly. I mean, if nothing happened, it had nothing to punish him for, except, I mean,
Right.
unless
I mean,
you're going
it's
to punish
not
him
like-
for being stupid. But if you punish them for an actual somebody getting hurt or something, that's a little different.
Okay, hold on. All right. So let's take it out of framework, and what you guys said was totally true. Post facto, nobody got hurt, and if I want to take an Instagram picture of a young toddler family member that I want, and I perfectly make sure it's unloaded and hand the gun and pop a picture and put it on Instagram, should I be arrested for it? That's literally like what we're discussing about.
Can you put that
It's not about, it's not about parenting. It's not about whether it's a gun or not. And at that, like, it's so what?
No, I think it was about a gun. If it would have been, I don't know, like a taser, would everybody
What
give
if
it
it's an airsoft gun that you can't tell the difference of from the Instagram? What's the difference?
It says he was arrested because he was trying to sell a gun to an undercover police officer in Indiana, and that's when they took his cell phone and found the video of the baby playing with the gun. That's what
was the undercover officer also a baby? Because then that would be bad. I don't think you should sell guns to babies.
Look, not all douchebags own Sigmas, right? But
that baby is also.
I don't see. Put this. I absolutely see nothing
If the baby
wrong.
went to police academy and everything.
I don't see anything wrong with a parent putting an unloaded gun into a baby's hands, taking an Instagram picture of it, posting it on the internet, and nothing happened. I see nothing wrong with that.
There was nothing wrong with that, but did you just hear what happened? The guy was arrested for doing some crime, and then they found
that's
the
not what
video.
I'm talking about. But that's not okay. But that's the type of idiot that would put shit up on that, like on the internet. But the point is,
Now
the
you're
actual fact that
you're
they put it on the
DBing him.
internet,
You're DBing him.
the actual act doesn't justify what happened after post facto.
Nothing happened post facto. The act was a separate, parallel thing that happened.
Post-facto is
He
what
went
happened
to
to
jail
him.
for trying to sell a gun to somebody or whatever he was trying to do.
Post facto is what happened to him.
And he was in a school zone.
No, you can't. That's like saying he got in a car accident after. It had nothing to do with him taking a video of his baby. He just got in a car accident. Well, he just got
was
busted
carrying
for
without a
trying to do
permit.
something with a gun.
He had an armed robbery. He just committed armed robbery and was trying to sell a gun to an undercover cop.
There you go. And then
But that has nothing to do with the fucking video.
Okay, but then so then you're taking the characterization of the person into the actual scenario. The scenario.
No, I just made. I want to. Can you be a witness to this? Earlier
you're
this
giving me
evening, I
facts
made a lot
that-
of assumptions about
you're
that
giving me
person.
facts
right?
of that-
You did.
And I
You
guess I said he was
the hell out of it.
I assumptioned the hell out of
But
it, and the guy was a fucking moron.
Put this: the act itself involves either you or me doing this, or the average American citizen. I don't see anything wrong with the average American citizen who owns a gun, making sure it's unloaded, rack, hand it to a toddler or an infant, taking a picture of it, and posting it on Instagram and saying, "I'm
Acting is not
perfect
a
today."
physical inspection.
What the fuck is wrong? What are we talking?
You're the one who's fixating on some issue because none of us are even. The guy didn't get arrested for that. Nobody cares about that he did that. They're just
I don't
scoring
care
him for
what he
being
got
a
arrested.
dummy.
I personally don't care what he got arrested for.
So
That's the
then
point.
why are you raging against the fact that he posted the picture on Instagram?
Well, he posted on. Well, technically, he got posted on WorldStar. My point is that people are like everyone's mad that you gave that child a real gun.
Okay.
If there's no ammo in the room, there's no ammo in the gun. It's technically not a real gun. It's not a real gun. It's about as real as a gun as an airsoft gun.
That's wrong. So I don't know what you're not going to win anything that way, dude.
Okay,
Everybody here is
I-
telling you that that's a dumb way to try to justify your position. I'm with you on your position, but I'm not going to go with you as far as saying that guns aren't guns because they're not loaded. That's
No, they're just
dumb
not
talk.
dangerous as the particular purpose of that gun being used as a firearm. They're not dangerous in that way.
But what's
what's the
dangerous
difference
is
between-
the
all right, so
lackadaisical
what's the difference
attitude
between-
towards them. So not giving them the diligence or whatever that they're due. So you need to we
But my point
say
is-
that all guns are loaded and we treat them as such, so that we never fall into that trap of thinking that we're good to go and we're not good to go. So that part is what people are complaining about, not the fact that it's obviously an empty gun is a
But see, but the thing about it, like I said, like I understand that mindset is following the firearm safety rules and this and that, but there actually physically, literally, is a point in time where their gun's not loaded, where you
Right.
could
No,
whatever
we all know that.
you want. You know what I
You
mean?
can take the gun apart and give it to the
But
kid.
I know, but every time I say it, someone's like, "Well, you gotta, you can't be pointing it everywhere."
Right, because it's dangerous to fall into that assumption trap or that slippery slope of assumptions. That's what people are saying, not the fact that you're wrong.
Don't think like that. That your gun is not loaded or whatever. I'm just saying that. Yeah, this. I mean, if me and Marco was in here and we was playing fucking
complacency,
like we were just tossing the unloaded gun back and forth, it'd be nothing dangerous to let the motherfucker fell on our foot. You know what I mean? That's what I'm saying. Like, yeah.
Yeah, I definitely leave the room when shit like that starts happening.
Okay, so, but my whole point is, so let's just say I have an infant who's sleeping in the crib.
All right, Marco.
And it's just sleeping there, and I unload a gun and put it next to the picture. There is, like, outside the weight, there is nothing wrong with giving an unloaded gun to a child. I don't.
But you're like drunk all the time though, so you never know if your gun's loaded or not. Come on.
I always know what gun's loaded.
So it's just some random child at the store or whatever.
You're drunk right now. Man. I pull my gun out every time I get. You showing it to people. Hey, look. Yeah, fuck it.
I'm sure people have like little kids in their family that they love and they love seeing and being and they love them to death like their family, but it's different when they're your own. And I think you kind of you'd set up another notch that it just changes the reality for you.
Probably.
I mean, people love, they have nephews and nieces and cousins and that they loved ones that they've taken and they love them to death, but it's the ultimate thing when it's your own creation that it changes your mindset about, dancing with the devil.
You just said that.
Damn, dancing with the devil. Shit.
So now they want to know if it's okay to fake a baby snorting cocaine.
Yes.
Yes.
Wait, did you say
Yes.
make or fake?
Fake.
Both of those are equally hilarious.
That is exactly my point. That is a beautiful analogy to the fact that if it is fucking flour and I fake a baby snorting cocaine, what the fuck is all right, so like we're describing an action. If anything, I just
What if
did
other
less
babies
than
see that
Hollywood.
and they think it's okay to do cocaine then?
But it's not a good analogy because to be a good analogy, it would have to be real.
That's probably like child abuse, honestly. That's probably like child abuse. I wouldn't do that, but
I think a fake hand grenade would be a better analogy.
There you go.
Just as deadly, just as instant.
It
just
is.
as
6 hand grenades and 6 like baby like rings that they can use to pull themselves up out of their crib.
Here's a good point.
I have no.
We talked about this before, Marco. You said you'd always hand a gun to if you're trying to teach somebody. You hand a gun to somebody. You try to teach them that they have to verify if the gun is unloaded too.
Yes.
And a kid of that age cannot do that. It should not be handed a fucking firearm. There's no way.
Okay,
I mean, because they don't
child
know,
itself
and
cannot
I don't
do
trust
it.
anybody when
That's
they
why
hand
you
me a
do
gun.
child.
A grown
child
person
can't
hands
put
me a
this.
gun. I have
Have
to
you ever
check
been
it.
around? Put this. Have you ever been around a 2-year-old child
can't
and walked out of the bathroom and said, "Yeah, I'll wipe my
Yes,
ass"?
and I would not. It wouldn't be a good
put it like
idea
this.
to give
If
them a
you
gun.
really put this, if you were a true caregiver to that child, and put this, so the child walks in. All right. So for example, like my goddaughter recently, so like for the last 2 years, I don't go into the bathroom like with my goddaughter because like she's a girl. So I teach her respect and I teach her that way outside or whatever. Or maybe or if we're in a public place, I'll go inside and I'll face the wall. I don't look at her pee. You know what I'm saying? Because she's private about that, and I respect that. But so the other day she took a shit, right? And I look in the toilet and there's a big clump of shit.
You respect that so much you're telling the world in our live chat about it.
I don't give a shit about it. So there's a big clump of shit, but the toilet paper that she put in there was fucking white. I don't trust a 4-year-old to tell me that their ass is clean, is my point. So even a 4 or 3-year-old, I don't.
Oh, this went to a whole different
do
place.
this.
We were talking
So-
about a little tiny baby posing with a gun. Now
But
you're
the
talking
point
about
is,
kids smoking about it.
For you to
I've
tell
heard
me
a high
that
T
child-
before,
look
but
at-
it's never about a grip.
For you to tell me that the child
was
gets to make the
using the
decision if the
modified
gun is safe
highlight
is
grip.
not their decision. It's my decision. And if I give them a real gun, that's my decision. That is my decision. If I give them a toy gun, that's my decision.
High
They
T
didn't
is
get this
when you
gun
have
on
tea
their
in the
own.
afternoon.
I want a kid, baby. That's not a decision.
It's my decision, bro. That's the point that I'm trying to. I could throw a Glock 35 at my goddaughter on her lap, and if it's unloaded, it's a fucking unloaded.
You don't want
She
the
knows.
410 shotgun.
But how does she know? How does she know?
He
something?
doesn't know, but the point is,
Exactly. Like good,
the
good. There you
physical
go.
fact that it's not what we're bringing into question. See, like you're talking about perception. I'm talking about physical fact. You see what I'm
I'm
saying?
talking
Like,
about
you're
safety.
still trying
I'm
to
talking
argue
about firearm safety.
Okay, well that can be
But
taught
hold on.
later. That can be taught later.
And we
right?
can talk about the training word now, because that's training now.
Uh-oh.
You're training that
Adults,
kid
bro. You're
that
talking
it's
to
okay to
adults,
fuck
not
around with a gun.
Hold on, DB.
Trust
You're saying
me.
a tiny baby is going to retain that for the rest of its whole life?
Exactly.
I'd say maybe when it's a 2 or 4 or whatever year old and it can do stuff, but until a kid can talk back, it's just
When you give a kid a teddy bear,
hero
how long does
worshiping
the
in the
kid take to
child.
realize? How long does it take a 3-year-old to realize that's the teddy bear you gave it, and it's fucking playing with the teddy bear? I mean,
All right.
what are you talking about, dude?
Kids
Do
talk.
you
right,
think
all
the kid
right,
forgets
all
that's
How
its teddy
long
bear?
does
And
That's a
kids talk to
3-year-old.
teddy bears
Hold on,
for?
hold
They
on. That's a
talk to them until
3-year-old.
they're like
We're talking
8,
about a
maybe
tiny
9
baby.
years old.
We're talking about a tiny baby.
He's talking about a 9-year-old, by the way. Now
No.
we're on another level.
No, now we're not talking about 9-year-olds. I don't agree with anybody with 9-year-olds. When a kid is old enough to get to use the gun, you can't play around. When it's a tiny baby, though, like in that picture, that's just like setting it next to a motorcycle. That's not going to grow up thinking motorcycles are horrible. If you were doing that every week, it would be bad, I guess.
Yeah, but
I think I get my goddaughter who's 4 years old a fucking airsoft gun that has no pellets in it. So for the next year, I can watch her and say, "You can't point this at any." So I get to teach her the 3 rules before that. You see what I'm saying? But
No,
at
I'm
that
not with
given-
you anymore.
Okay, well, the point is that I give her a toy
You give
gun.
your kid a toy gun and she runs around playing with it, and then you give her bullets when it's time to shoot it?
I'm giving her a gun with rules. So every time I give it to her, I'm like, "What's the rule? Can't point it at anybody. Who can you point it at? Zombies or bad people? Bam. All right, let's go."
Just can't point
Those
it
are
at
the
animals.
rules. Kirk's a bad motherfucker. But you know what I'm saying? So like I get to have a year or two of building that into there before she even sits at a bench and actually pulls a real trigger. You know, I mean,
What about this kid?
huh?
What about this kid?
the
He's
kid
not
is
gonna-
just-
the
you
kid's
just
not
said
going
you
to
don't
remember
trust-
nothing.
You don't trust her to tell you
But
that
put it
her
like
ass
this,
is
but
clean.
look at this, like
But
that's
you
what
trust her to decide what's a zombie or a bad person?
that is exactly what I am saying is to put this, to take an unloaded Glock 42 and put it into a toddler's hand like that, unloaded, and me as a parent knew it was unloaded, and I put that in my child's hand, and to Instagram that means fucking nothing.
That's a giant baby. That baby should not
Does-
be out on the loose.
That is literally my argument right there. Is
It's a
that
long slide too, right?
yes, and that picture to me means absolutely nothing. And if that, and I can tell it's Photoshop, but if it was really real, I'm not mad at that picture at all. If anything, I'm promoting that picture.
Okay,
I'm
so
not mad at that picture at all.
then Packers.
You don't need to have kids to know what's right.
touchdown, Colt.
Yeah, I'm just kidding. I don't even know which basket is really on the
Fucking
the
college
team.
tonight, guys.
You guys ever seen that Facebook video that people are toting around about that dude pointing the gun and pulling the trigger on an empty
What?
chamber with some kid, like a baby?
Oh, that's another thing. Okay, now we can go back to American
I've never
Sniper.
seen that.
American Sniper. Where the fuck do they get off having him walk out of that room with that fucking real revolver and point it at his kids and his wife?
Yeah,
That was
I
crazy.
saw
Fucking way
that.
he would
And
do that.
He cocked
I
it back
made
at
me
his
almost-
wife.
Oh man, that was the
Like,
most
he was
horrible
like-
thing I've ever
Yeah,
seen.
he was like, "Hey, baby, you want to hear my erection?" And he cocked the back of his single hammer.
Oh my
Fucking schmuck.
Because the movie doesn't come out till the 16th. How could you have seen it?
Oh, I don't know. Some guy gave me what? I had a special preview.
It's a prepaid link.
Do you not get your haircut at black barbershops? What the fuck is wrong with you?
Who doesn't get a haircut at black barber?
What difference is what color they paint their barbershop?
Bootleg dogs. You don't have put this in white barbershops. You don't have a motherfucker who walks in with duffel bags talk about movies 2 for $5.
Hey,
okay.
I don't. My barbershop has wallpaper.
Oh shit!
And you get a bootlegger that walks in there every like 2 hours trying to sell you bootleg movies.
They're giving you bootleg copies of the Wall Street Journal.
My barbershop is my bathroom.
Palaces and like they always got like a 12-pack of socks for like $4 and shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, like
dogs. You can walk into the barbershop and walk out with a pack of socks, 3 DVDs, and like a cologne that you really like.
Only if he wants to get arrested.
No.
I knew a guy that wanted to take one of those 410s and turn it into a 4570. So it'd be 4570 AK.
That's awesome.
I think people have done it since then, though.
It's a pretty sweet ride.
My bootleg man, he's exciting me though. He give me free movies every time. He got that 2 for 10. I mean that 3 for 10. That's a nice knife, you know. I think I made that and sent that to her. Nice. I don't like the handle.
Yeah, you think you don't until you handle it. It's like one of the most comfortable handles ever designed on a knife. This is one of my favorite knives, the Camillus DK2.
Oh, you like those? They're neat. I like the blades or anything, but I agree. I don't like the handles. I would take them off and put new ones on.
Well, this is a 90s version made by Camillus, not by K-Bar. So they're a little different. It's like a collector's edition. They're a collector's version. It's the old ones they used to make, and they're like amazing. Totally different knife. The ones
for a while.
Oh, from Camillus? Yeah, I'd hold on to it, man. They're worth about $200.
I've seen.
Nah, it wasn't mine. I was.
Those ones, and they're just like all crap. The Walmart stuff.
What's that?
I've seen some reviews on the
my God.
Knives that they sell at Walmart now. And
Oh, you have one of those? What are you selling that one for?
I'm keeping this one. I got this for me. This is the Shemprock. It retails for about $200. This one's seen a little bit of cutting, and I did a custom sheath for it. It's a sheath they come with socks. So I did a leather sheath. Very cool. Very cool knives, though. I didn't even know they made them till a couple years ago. I've been wanting one ever since. Still has the little
that single action army was real. That's my question. Did anyone get the Picatinny mini Chris Costa attachment to lower third co-witness?
Got a picture of that. That's about as close as I got.
he didn't send me one to test, so no.
Are we going to go off air any second now? That's what's up. The countdown.
Tick, tock.
You giving him shit about his safety.
Yeah.
I don't know, dude. I think the single action army should have had a thumb safety on it. Then he could run around his house pointing the shit at everyone.
That's what we get for giving him the keys to that account.
Yeah, I thought it was a good chat. I think it was a good chat.
I like the part about the
At least the kids learned something.
I like the part about the Masada Ayub coming in on a chat.
the
Unscripted. Unscripted.
on what to do with holiday leftovers was excellent.
It's a 6-pack of Rolling Rock and 10 questions. I mean, that's the name of the chat.
Rolling Rock.
Why shouldn't the Kunin be your first handgun? Why not?
Exactly.
So yeah, Ed, you were asking about Camillus. They were an awesome company back in the day. They were a U.S. military supplier, and they made some really good knives. And then they sold out to China in the last 5 years. They sold the name basically to China.
Oh yeah. You guys watch some guys do some reviews on those cool looking blades, those long kind of like machete style blades that they sell, and
Yeah.
like he cracked the handle within like 4 chops.
The
Yeah, they're
carnivore,
cool
right?
looking.
Is that what you're talking about? The carnivore?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not a full tang, and be honest with you, it's not really for cutting wood, but soft landscaping jobs, it's not so bad.
Yeah, it's just a matter of the stuff they use. I mean, they basically took a lot of designs that were popular and semi-popular and started making them overseas, and it's pretty much junk. They're making them exclusively for like Big Fives and Walmarts and stuff.
Yep, that's where I picked up the carnivore in one of their folders, and the folders sucked. Some of the Torx, what do you call them, rivets or the Torx nuts, whatever they are, they just straight up broke.
Yeah, I've got one of their Kudas with the little disc opening deal, and they're cool knives and everything, but the steel's not very well tempered. It's AUS 8, but it's not very good steel. Hell of a time with my webcam. Just
I see
sold this
Gold
guy today.
Steel's coming out with a whole bunch of new shit. They're using a different steel now too.
Yeah, they changed everything around. The first few were marked AUS 8, then they marked a bunch AUS 8 that actually weren't. But anyway, it's Walmart, and what can you really expect from Walmart? Look what they did to SOG.
Yeah.
Oh, I kind of want one of those SOG SOG neck knives that they ripped off Jason Browse's neck knives, but I think he licensed it to them or something like that. But the neck knife is cool.
I was just going on a rant today about how I can name on one hand the companies I know aren't going to shit right now as far as imported products and losing quality control. It's a pretty sad state in the mass-produced knife world right now.
No, I think that's not a bad thing necessarily. I mean, I don't disagree with you, but I don't think it's necessarily a bad thing. That's going to make more people like yourself more appealing.
Yeah. It's good for the end result. It's going to be really hard on the users in between that say, oh, SOG, they make really awesome knives. SEALs use those. And they get a SOG from Walmart and it falls apart when they need it. It's going to suck for those guys. Eventually, it's going to, like you're saying, it's going to build up a lot of really nice American-made stuff. I mean, look at Medford. The guy makes some amazing gear.
Don't tell me I have to look at.
I'm Medford.